Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Alright, cool. So it seems like we're set up. And let's see. Alright, got it working. Alright, we'll go get the thing from upstairs. Okay. And I am actually live streaming at the moment here.
Okay. It's cool.
Are you gonna be a few minutes? Or are you?
I'm just gonna go grab the microphone.
Oh, cool. The microphone, you can hear me.
Yeah, is it very quiet though? Usually.
I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. There we can grab the one mic if you need. Oh, good. Alright. Well, I'll just put this up and then come over there.
All right, perfect. So
Bring that.
if you're all set, then you should play first, since you haven't played this, so you can play the tutorial.
Okay. Well, I don't need the tutorial.
Well, I think someone has to post.
I'll run the tutorial. It's fine. Okay. It's cool.
What's the chair situation here?
I have a folding chair over there. I'm bringing it this way.
Okay, cool.
And you're gonna sit there. So. Huh?
Adventure, bring me the relic.
Alright. Do you have the OBS camera on or just the footage?
Just the footage only, yeah.
Okay. Let me come over here.
Are you okay? I'm sitting in this chair?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's no problem.
That's
wonderful. I got two. As I said, I have another folding chair that's not here.
Perfect.
Watch out.
Alright, welcome everybody. Kevin Shook here, the Indiana Jones nerd, and my buddy Michael is here as well. And we are going to play Phantom Abyss. And Michael, I am giving you the honors.
Oh, I get first play?
You get first. Well, yeah, definitely you get this tutorial, and then you can have first run through of the actual game too.
Alright, so let's take a look here. I remember a little bit of the controls you showed me. Oh, there's not on the whip yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
Okay, L to run. Okay, and then jump, run, jump. Too late, I already got the jump part down. So do you have an unlimited run meter with this game?
I guess you do, yeah.
Okay.
I believe you do. But the running isn't super fast unless you get an upgrade, which lets you run fast.
Okay. It's like I go up here. Hopefully if I have the whip. Alright. I assume there's no like treasures I need to like
Not right now, not in the tutorial.
Okay. Just crouch, safety roll is at B the moment before hitting the ground. So fall B. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, well what is gonna let me screw up anyway, so.
Yeah.
Alright, and B. Alright. And
Nice.
okay, cool. Oh shoot. Well, B won't help me there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, so let's jump. Okay. Then slide while sprinting. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright. Jump. Oh, nope. So, you said this game was kind of like based off the adventuring portion of like Indiana Jones. I mean, not obviously licensed by Indy, but
Yeah.
but it's like based off the.
Oh, we died again.
You're in for a rough ride. This is just a tutorial, and I'm already dying this one.
Yeah. Yeah, very. I mean, the people who made this game clearly love Indiana Jones because it's about treasures and traps, and you get a whip. So
Yeah.
it's definitely inspired by Dr. Jones.
Where do you want me to go?
I think you want to go up.
We're already up, so it's the way up there.
Wasn't there? Because all these platforms are moving. I'm guessing you want to go.
Because this is where it
That's
dropped
where
me
you
off.
came, right? I think you want to go to the.
No, I came
Just
from that
over
side.
there? Oh, okay.
That's where I came from. And I thought I was going down there to go around, so it wants me to go up here. So I have to like Hmm.
Um,
There's some sort of. Is
there,
there?
it's not a place to the left or right on these platforms. Like, how about to the right here? Nothing there. Okay.
I don't see anything.
Are you sure you didn't come from?
I know I slid down.
No, I
here.
think it wants you to jump across that.
Jump across what?
It wants you to go across this. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, well, that's where I came from. But we'll
Alright,
see. We'll see, because I slid down that area there. You start. I don't think you played the tutorial. Sounds like
No,
you
I
skipped
did.
it.
I just like. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's where I came from, which is down here.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, why would it tell
Telling
me
you
it's
to slide.
while sprinting?
Oh, you're
See?
right. That's where you came
Yeah.
from. Okay.
So I. And.
Well,
alright.
good job. You successfully navigated the platform.
I figured it out.
Yep.
The riddle of the Sphinx is solved. Now the question is, where the heck do I go from here? Is it, wait. How do I?
You should be able to just jump and hit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
Michael, we lost 2 viewers while you were.
I didn't realize we had viewers watching already. Well, we have figured it out now. It's all easy from going from here.
That's what you think.
Alright. I got this. Easy. Yeah, I was just practicing before. Hopefully. And here we go.
Alright, and that's your treasure.
Is that my whip?
Yep.
Alright. So X pick up. Now I can grab the get up thing.
You have to hold the one thing.
Alright. I think I remember that part from last time. I remember it actually pulls you a little bit past that point, so once you...
Yeah, tiny bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I missed the platform when I was trying to get the treasure before. Well...
Oh, right. I've had a few times where it like flings me into a trap.
Yeah, like right. Oh. Yeah. Alright. I got this. Let's go find...
Keep to the right.
Alright, to the right. Okay, up here. Must have to get it. Unlocked. There we go. Yeah, it becomes a lot easier after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is this one where I gotta run and jump?
Well, you could just jump down to the ground there. Or yeah, that's it.
There we go. Come on. Okay, I know I can reach from here.
You go slide. Yes.
Build up momentum.
On this slide.
Alright. Let's go take...
There is falling damage, by the way.
I noticed that. That's why the B is mitigated.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Alright. So, here we are. This looks like the... This looks like the treasure spot.
First treasure.
What do we get? Golden idol.
Fertility idol. The knockoff fertility idol.
No, dude. I could even switch to bag of sand, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Actually, something that's gonna happen.
Oh no. Only one person will keep the temple. So this is procedurally generated, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Do you know how many levels you have to go through? Like,
So there's like 5 like environments basically. Each environment is 3 or 4 temples. So you complete 3 or 4 levels. So you complete the 3rd level, and then you have a choice to either play a 4th level and try to get the relic, or you have the choice to progress to the next environment.
no, it says you come to me
Oh, turn around. See the other way?
this way.
Yeah, it's the big statue in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over there.
All right, so I gotta.
And this isn't part of like the. This is just the hub, so it doesn't matter if you take
okay.
damage or whatever.
This guy here.
No, behind you.
Alright.
That guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Is he gonna tell me a Legend of the Hidden Temple story?
He's gonna tell you. I have all the temples behind me of this.
I swear the Legend of the Hidden Temple one was all that. I don't remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of Legend of the Hidden Temple inspired in the way that the Guardians or the monsters work. Alright, so now essentially behind him is where you want to go. So you can.
That's for the first temple?
Yeah. So this is the area where you will select your whip, but you don't have any except the one that you have. So you have to go to the portal and enter your temple.
Alright. Dare to enter?
Yes, we dare.
So you explained the ghost before to me. Like, for people watching, if you haven't seen the ghost, go over it with them.
Sure. Yeah, there we go. These are 20 people who have played this level before and either died here or died in a subsequent level. All these people died, and we get to see how they failed.
Oh.
And we get to see Michael fail.
To be fair, they did set off the trap, so then I felt it.
But yeah, that happens sometimes. But actually, that was a timed,
okay.
timed one.
So there they go. Now over here, and then over. Okay. So, man, there's a lot of people who failed this temple originally.
Yeah. You want to go up actually. You get used to the rooms. Once you start playing, because there's a lot of sort of repetitive
elements.
Yeah. It's like this I don't know, this climb is always the same.
Okay.
Either you're going up it or you're going down it.
So how many hours do you play Phantom with this?
More than 10.
More than 10?
Yeah.
And is there like an end game, or is it just continually going through?
Well, oh look, this guy died here.
Oh, well, I wonder how he died.
And there's a trick also if you whip these traps, these types of blades. No, the actual blade.
Oh, okay. Whoa!
Whoa! Not a
perfect.
not a grapple whip, just a regular whip.
Okay.
Yeah. And stop for a second and look up. Up.
Up.
All right, so that's like a secret area. You're gonna have to roll.
Oh!
It's a little tricky because it's kind of high. You have to like aim it just right and then jump and then.
Okay.
So you have to like hit the green, like go right under so you get green and jump. Yeah.
Oh, so I have to jump.
It takes a little practice. Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Get up.
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
And then someone already opened this, but you pick them up automatically. Go right in there. And then. So here you're going to have to do your roll thing coming down.
Okay, at the very bottom, just right now.
Yes, perfect.
Alright. It gives you a little thing to tell you got to worry about rolling.
Yeah. Oh no!
Well, I mean, spikes is spikes, right?
Yeah. And there's...
Alright.
Alright, you could duck under this.
Oh, that's right, duck is right up.
If you choose.
What happens if it comes down?
It won't come down. But that would be very clever if you do that.
Alright, so you gotta get 2 sides here.
You can choose which way to go. Yeah, there's 2 kind of different ways to complete it. The spikes will pop up there, obviously. And get the treasure in the middle of the room.
Alright, oh, here it is.
That's in a lot, as you can tell.
Oh.
That's another type of trap that falls down.
Yeah.
You learn to be cautious and approach things and then stop and see what happens.
Yeah, but then when you get too cautious, that's when they start acting monsters, right?
After this level, they're gonna act.
And that, again, slow and steady.
Yeah. Perfect.
Alright.
And then, but don't touch it. Even though it's stopped, you can't touch it.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. You can look for another,
Let's go here.
Oh. Alright, so here, very nice.
And I was on the roller before.
You're down to 1 hit, by the way.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
Just in time to just in time to get killed by the last hit in the temple.
I was the same way. I died the first time. So this guy, if you have enough coins, you can buy a blessing from him.
Okay.
Which you don't have enough coins right now. But eventually you'll be able to buy like a longer whip and different things like that. But it's only for the run through.
Okay.
So you have blessings, which are through which you pick up through the run through, and you have a whip, which you choose at the beginning of the run through, which gives you a special ability. Except for this one. Oh, you have this guardian is so that's where you're gonna go. So yeah, he's the one that chases you, and if he touches you, it's instant death, instant level game fail.
Oh come on.
Yeah. Which in your case doesn't matter because you only have 1 hit anyways. But
I know. But, well, I guess I can blame the Temple Guardian now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all running.
We're all running.
Don't do what the ghosts do.
Yeah. And that's the thing is they do set off traps. These guys.
Oh no.
So these ghosts, I mean, the phantoms. So you don't always need to speed through the level really. You want to be kind of cautious and not.
Whoa!
Nice. That means the guardian is now after you.
Okay. So wait.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. So go up. Go up.
Yeah, go to the top there.
Whoa!
Treasure at the top.
Something's lagging out.
Alright, and then look to your right.
Right.
Look to your right. Keep right. Keep looking to the right. Keep looking to the right. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh come on! You didn't tell me to look at it that much.
I didn't expect you to take that long. Alright, run.
Oh god.
Jump. Yep.
Oh,
Oh, you died. Alright, sorry.
Oh, let's see how the.
I wanted you to see what was going on.
Okay, can you stop moving for a moment? Is this
Yeah.
the thing trying to kill you?
Yeah. But yeah, I died a lot the first few times I played this game. It takes a little while to get the hang of it. The first death hurts the most, Michael. Don't feel discouraged. Death is expected.
Well, now we're gonna put you in charge and see the master at work.
That's right. I haven't played with the normal whip in like a week, so I don't get any bonuses.
So there's upgrades to the whip that are not just cosmetic, but actually have different effects.
Yeah, they're all, except for this one, they all have an effect. Like, one of them, for example, is like, coins are, you get more coins, even every time you get coins, or blessings are cheaper, in other words. But they all have a curse. So, I don't know what the one is for that, but like, you might have, like, you get more coins, but you take damage easier, or something like that. So but once you complete a temple of the equivalent color, then you get the curse removed.
Oh, okay. So then the whip becomes a permanent boon at that point, huh?
Yeah. And
You
I'm
have to
all alone.
Do you have to complete the temple with that whip in tow, or does it just correspond to the temple?
You have to have that whip and beat a temple of the corresponding color. Right?
Okay. So how often do you find secret areas here?
Quite a bit. Sometimes they don't pop up much, but then you might get one level where there's like a ton. And I have another little trick because I don't like doing the roll thing as much.
What is that?
You just whip the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't tell me that when I was falling to my death.
I know. It was too much to explain at once.
Oh no. So, Phantom Abyss developers get on it. They're cheesing the fall.
Yeah. Like, because I saw someone live stream, and he was doing it that he would, like, aim at the wall on the side, but I discovered just aim at the ground and you're fine.
Yeah, pro tip.
Yeah.
Cover it here.
How to cheat some of this.
So I think you told me too that there's monsters. I know there's monsters in here, but there's not like what Indiana Jones fan would want as far as like you don't have to deal with thuggies, you don't have to deal with like.
Yeah, there's no like other people except for the phantoms.
Yeah, and so the phantoms are like the phantoms are strictly like ghosts. They're not actual like the Hollywood monsters, the mummy, vampire, stuff like that.
Nope. Oh. I thought I messed up.
Oh. Remember, look the ground.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because when you go up for some of those secrets at the top, it's not always 100% safe, because then if you don't jump high enough, then you start falling down, and you don't know where the ground is.
No.
So it becomes tough.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's much easier.
For example, this one right here would be pretty easy to get injured. So you have to like... Yeah, it's a little tricky.
I'll get up on the lamp.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh. Oh man, how are you gonna fit that in there?
The game like automatically like gets you there pretty much.
I was gonna say, it looks like your head dragged on the ceiling
Yeah.
a little bit. So just from the procedural generation for levels and stuff, there's a lot of replayability there. But you think that they're going to be working on like new either new temple traps or like new monsters or anything in the next?
Yeah, I hope so, because I think this game has like a lot of potential. It's a beautiful idea, but it needs a lot more content, because it's like, I mean, there is a lot of variety, but eventually like you've seen everything after just a few run-throughs.
And you can, the coins that you get and everything, you said it's for buying blessings. Are there any other like cosmetic things that you can buy with that too, or is that just?
Yeah, just the blessings and the whip, pretty much. That's all.
And the treasures that you find at the end of the temple, they go in a collection around where.
Yeah, that hub area, it has a big.
This is why I messed up before. This is the one I was trying to whip and I overshot my platform. I mean, it'd be really cool if they had something if they had more than just, the treasure you find in there. You'd have, I mean, obviously you're doing temples and things like that, but maybe find more dungeons, more, not just, yeah.
I love stuff like that.
I can't expect much if it's called Phantom. You're gonna see phantoms.
Nice.
You got to roll down.
I thought I was gonna take some damage.
So is this the treasure you're looking for at the level? Or
This is just a key to unlock a door on the head.
Okay. I didn't know when you picked
Oh,
well,
man.
that's a mess.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try one more.
Is there any other things you can latch on to?
Oh no.
That's a little
Oh,
you got
I
it
did
anyway. Dang. As I say, where's the...
Oh, this is one of those ones that there's 3 of them. You always stop at the first one.
Oh, okay. So...
See, as you can tell, like, once you play this game a little bit, you get used to
what
how the rules are. Yeah, it's not a lot of variety.
Yeah. You figure there'd be more than just coins and, like, treasure.
It's also those little keys. Like, I just got one. If you see in the top corner, those are your keys. And so those keys you use for 2 reasons. First is to unlock new whips, you use those to buy them, and then to get the when you reach the end of like this area, like the environment, you can choose to either try to get a relic, or you can spend your keys to go into a new environment, like the harder part of the town. Alright, I'm gonna get a blessing.
Oh, I see. You get to buy the blessing.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm not spiteful. I'd rather succeed.
Well, it's your account, so you get to.
What guardian did you get?
I have agony, where I shoots a laser at you.
Okay. Attacks every 7 then. So does he just follow you and then just shoot lasers at you?
Someone asked what's the latest on Ford's injury. Last I heard, they they're still shooting, but they might have to delay the movie by a few weeks with the production.
Want me to read questions and comments?
Sure. And someone else said hi. That's the only thing.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And I think there might be a little bit of delay.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well, this was at 7 p.m. they asked, so I don't see anyone else in the chat right now. Alright, so yeah. You're now being chased by the guy. Oh, nice. There you go. He hits you through objects. Did you get the Oh, okay. Oh man, epic chase music for one of So the Guardian triggers about when you get halfway through the level.
Well, it's like not set. Like sometimes you get a long way through the level and it only just spawns at the end of it, and sometimes it's like right away. It's like when you enter a room, there's usually like a room that like triggers it, but you never know when that's gonna happen.
Okay.
And one good thing about there not being anybody else in this run is that when I open the treasure chest, it gets all the stuff inside like automatically, and I don't have to like stand around, and I don't have to run to it and wait.
Okay. So you're playing a level that no one's played yet, or died.
Yeah, I guess no one's ever played this level before.
Okay, so this is all unique to you.
Yeah. Except I've seen it all before. Ooh, that was dangerous. I usually don't.
Yeah, with Fast.
Fast and Furious.
Now you're telling me that something yesterday about the Jurassic Park trailer kind of gated behind Fast and Furious 9.
Yeah, and they won't post it on YouTube. I just want to see that 5-minute trailer.
I'm surprised they don't have a leak on it yet.
I think some people have posted it, but it's gotten taken down. I don't know.
Well, hand-to-hand footage that you can do.
Yeah.
There's retro stuff there.
Where do you think it's at?
Yeah, maybe that's
That was relatively same level.
Can't believe you got through it so quick.
Yeah, that one was actually really short.
Oh, see, the chat is late a little bit. Yeah, that was a fairly short level.
Yeah.
How come my level was like twice as small? Here, I'll set up so I can view it a little bit easier on mine.
How's that?
Mine does a mine I can even like the screen doesn't turn off.
Oh, sweet.
And the NCAP said, I'm playing Emperor's Tomb, this looks interesting.
Oh, hell yeah, Emperor's Tomb is great.
And is there a third person option or is it strictly first person?
Yeah, just first person.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. Third person doing this. It's strictly made for first person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of games that I never really thought of as a third person game. Like used to play Fortnite and stuff like that. I mean, you adjust really quickly to it, but yeah, I can see with like the rolls and the needing to like look around really quick, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. Have you ever played Emperor's Tomb, by the way?
I have not.
Man, it's a good game. I think it's like probably overall the best Indiana Jones video game experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a good graphic adventure as well, the Atlantis, but in terms of like a 3D adventure game, can't beat Emperor's Tomb.
How old was Emperor's Tomb?
2003.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the first time I played it was on your Xbox. I don't know if you remember, we had Brian Nintendo came over, we had a like Indiana Jones party, and we watched all the movies.
Right.
But I was mainly interested in you bringing your Xbox over, and I rented Emperor's Tomb, and finally got to play it for the first time.
Oh, hello, Legend 007.
Hello! Oh yeah, I see him on the account all the time.
Okay.
I'm a fellow Bond fan.
Yeah, I remember, sorry, I have to look it up because, it wasn't Indiana Jones, but was it third person or first?
It was third person. Yeah. And you got, like, they had a really great fighting and fight.
Okay.
That was great. I want to get shot at by it.
I see that. So he's going through the walls, you know, see it?
So this guy, doesn't, like, chase you, he just, like, appears, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the one guy that actually chases you and can go through walls, and then there's this guy and the other one, which, they just, like, appear and do their attack.
Oh, right there, I see. It's friendly.
Yeah. Oh!
It'd be nice if you had an option to whip something or whip, like,
Yeah, with them?
yeah, or even if you could with like a visual or an object or something and have it like interrupt the play there.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The way they do it is you just gotta find cover, basically. I'm sure they, like, play tested and try things like that, but they just find it in a good way.
Oh, that's... Because I have both a lot of golfers who are want to take feedback for play, when people play testing and they do updates and things like that. So there's always a chance to put a DLC or something that you can.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're going backwards.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I just remember that trap. Yeah, as soon as you try to get your bearings, you die while you
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
So besides the first, some of the older, like, SNES stuff, have they had any more recent?
Oh, they're making one right now. Bethesda is making it. Yeah, they had a teaser trailer in like November, December, and they're showing stuff about like Rome and ancient circles and things like that. But yeah, they haven't really shown any gameplay or anything. Alright, so this is basically explaining that now we're at the third level of the first area, first environment, and so we can either choose to go on to the next environment, or we can stay here and try to get the relic.
Oh, we're gonna get the relic.
Which is what I'm gonna do, because that way we can get start getting a better whip too.
Yeah, let's get that relic. Longer whip range or one more? Yeah, definitely longer whip.
Although the bonus hurts not bad.
Well, you only lost half of it, right?
Yeah, I didn't lose that much. Have a good run. But sometimes you just need one, like, bad few seconds and you lose everything.
I see his frequency of attacks increased too.
Yeah.
24 from 7.
Yeah, they go up. But one of the there is a blessing that I've seen. I've only seen it a few times in later levels where it's called calm and his level doesn't go up and he doesn't attack you the next level.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty nice.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a really overpowered blessing.
Yeah.
Or at least it's too expensive to buy.
Well, yeah. Usually by then you've bought a bunch of other blessings and you only have like a few coins left there. It's because the blessings get more expensive every time you buy one.
Okay. And
I would say it like I just ate these pots. But you have to be careful because sometimes they have gas pots. Yeah.
I would say you're looking a little linkish there, trying to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see it. It's poison gas there.
Yeah.
It's only if you're standing in it though that you get, or does it actually go out further from there?
Yeah, if you stand in it. Yeah.
Okay. But as long as you keep it, you already have a long whip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have enough for another blessing.
Here it is. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you don't need
I
wings.
have double jump, so I'll be okay. Yeah.
You don't need wings. You already told us how to whip the
Yeah.
ground as you fall.
I do like getting wings though, but if I have double jump, then I'm usually okay. And this is so there's two like this. One of them they automatically like in a pattern go down. The other one is like you run across it and go away.
You didn't have to spell Jehovah.
That's weird. Ah, Jehovah begins with I.
Then you missed there. Oh. So you're looking for the bonus relic right now.
So yeah, right now what I'm doing is I have to light 2 fires in opposite sides of the temple, and once I've lit those fires, I will gain access to the final room where I should be able to get the relic unless I foolishly fall into the abyss like 4 times.
Yeah, I didn't recall that.
Yeah.
Most of the traps we've seen so far are the blade, that thing,
Yeah.
and spikes that come up. Do they add any more as they go?
Yeah, there's some other ones I've seen. Yeah, there's one. Like, there was one you saw only once or twice so far that is like a spinning. I don't even know what to call it. Cylinder, I guess.
Oh, the one I walked over? Or the one? Oh,
sure.
good. Don't worry about it, you're being that dead.
And then there's this, which is just like, don't touch the ground, basically.
When you get to the porch, you automatically go back to the center, right?
Exactly.
I remember the steps of knowledge being this dangerous.
What's the steps of knowledge?
Oh, okay. We're getting them more of them.
Oh.
Today we're going to learn about the founding fathers. With an eyeball that shoots laser.
And then there's these guys. That's a very Raiders of the Lost Ark reference there. Raiders of the Lost Ark, like, it used all the best ideas. I actually, boulders are in this too. Once you get to, like, 3rd level, I think you start using boulders.
Yeah, I mean, you had to set the precedent for
Yeah.
really strong stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's hard sometimes, like, coming up with sequels, because it's like you use all the best ideas in the original film, and, you know, in so many franchises, and then, you know, it's tricky coming up with more ideas, but you do a good job, the series.
Well, there's just in Raiders. There's just so much action packed into like the first like 15 minutes. Just so much intrigue. You don't know anything about the character yet. You just know that he's going through this little temple.
And one of the great like character introductions like of all time is that opening scene, and it's like setting like you said, setting the world and the character, and it's like man, like he's not afraid of anything, you know, except me. Yeah.
He's just zapping away back there trying to get it. So much for that board.
Here it is, yeah. And so there's the guy that like chases you. One trick that people do is like you go where you light it and you wait until he gets really close to you, and that way it takes him longer to go across to get to the other temple, so you have more time over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're just throwing out all gameplay tips.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching gameplay of this a lot like 2 weeks ago because you couldn't play the game, but a few streamers had like a 2-week trial to basically play the game and show it off a little bit. So I was watching online, so I just figured out how they do stuff.
How to whip that trap.
How to whip that trap, yeah. I know these tricks.
Like there, you're just whipping the wall, you're not even whipping the ledge. Oh, come on. That's what I was expecting.
There we go. Oh, actually, I didn't even need to do that.
Yeah.
I could have gone under. Yeah.
First time, every time.
Yeah.
Just wanted to show it's just that easy. I'm gonna say there's a dark going by there. Okay. That's just knowing that we're gonna be
Yeah, because there's usually one in those temples. I'm just used to looking for it.
And what kind of clued you in the first time you were looking?
Like in this room?
Yeah, like
Well, you go into a room and you just like kind of look around and you just gotta figure out what's going on. And if you one thing is like you get here and you see this door and you're like, oh shoot, there's a key that I missed.
Okay.
So that'll clue you in. Sometimes there's stuff down here.
Oh, that's fancy. You guys were able to get down on the chest down here too.
Yeah. Let me get another blessing before I even end the level, which doesn't make the rest of the fight.
So the points you get in the level, that's only for the level?
It's only for the run through.
Okay. So there's no point trying to like forge the coins.
Yeah, at this point, like, I might as well not even be going for the coins because I just need to get like this thing and then get the treasure. Although some chests have those keys, so I can get bonus keys to use later. So it's good.
So it's kind of like the Atari playing for points versus getting extra points useful.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like, you're used to, just the games in general, like, you're used to play points and stuff. And it doesn't go right.
There's one.
Belong to the museum!
Here I know, it's down here. You're back where you were before.
It looks that way, but it's not actually.
Oh, really? Okay, great on that.
Yeah, they... Oh,
I knew it. You're trying to play me for a fool here.
Okay, I looked at that thing and I thought that it was closed. Yeah.
You're trying to play me for a fool.
I'm trying to play you.
I'm like, yeah, that looks very familiar. You're like, no, it's totally new. Well, yeah, you gotta find the start here. Go get that treasure.
Watch out for this. Ground. Oh, that's a tricky one right there.
You're in a hurry because eyeballs and all, but
Yeah.
to the ground.
That's where you make mistakes. You don't like breaking. Most of the time when I die, especially the guy that chases you, and I just get all frantic and I just make mistakes.
That's where the don't get ready to die thing comes from the introduction.
Yeah.
You make those mistakes over and over again.
Yeah. Ooh, I could just do that now that I have a double jump.
Oh, you have the wings now?
Well, I didn't, not the wings, but I have a double jump.
Oh, okay.
So you can just use that to avoid fall damage.
That's tricky.
Yeah. Well, it's probably easier than doing the whip trick that I use. Or at least it's like a more fair way of doing it.
Oh, no. There.
Yeah. Probably have 7. And we're gonna get like 5 more. Because whenever you get the temple here, it's 5. Alright, so we have opened the door, and now we are going to get our treasure. And as long as I don't fall off the edge 4 times, good. Get here and then you make a mistake. Now there's 2 secret hidden ones. Well, one's down there, one's down there. But like I was always looking around because I knew there was supposed to be 5, but I couldn't figure out where they were.
One down there. So that's you get 4 now, so 1.
So that was 4, and then the other ones.
Nice long whip that helps
Yeah.
so much.
That looks great. That's
Yeah,
relic. Right down here.
Oh,
The other one is sneaky. Alright, here we go. Good job, Michael, you got your first relic.
I know, I did so well.
So well.
You did. Actually, I have so many achievements and everything else. You're gonna beat the game. You're gonna beat a high score for it. So there. Alright, well, you're gonna have me try this now.
Yep, now it's up to you.
Alright, let's see if I can do this.
And it should let you buy a whip now.
Okay, so now I gotta pick which aesthetic choice I want.
Well, the way it works is it will show you one, and you have the option to buy it or not buy it.
Okay.
But what someone figured out is that if you go back to the main menu and come back, it will usually pop up like another one.
Okay. So.
So now you're just gonna go out, so the other way.
Okay. Just leave here.
Yeah, this is like your relic room, and then on the other end is the whips in the entrance.
Okay. Let's see what kind of whip they're gonna show me. So the idea is you get all the relics and it allows you to escape.
Yeah, exactly. Which I don't know why you want to do that. You're having so much fun playing this game. Alright, there you go. So that's one you can buy if you wish.
Let's see. That is the cable whip. Blessings are gain 2 hearts.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, we'll try
Extra
that.
health, yeah.
But blessings 30% more attack.
Yeah, but if you beat the so if you get an idol, the way that I got an idol in the first temple, then you will remove the curse.
Okay. So the master filer protects this temple. No one has been here before. Oh no. How often do you find like unexplored temples versus ones that have been treaded before?
Oh no, stop. Sorry, the other way, the other stair. Sorry, say that again?
How often do you get an unexplored temple versus one that people have been in?
Yeah, I did. You usually get, people in them more often than not, but I don't know. Every one in between 5 and 10 times, I guess. I've probably got stuff in those, but then.
I said we've had 2 unexplored temples so far.
Yeah, it's.
So we're really lucky here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Either way. Like, it doesn't have, like, a huge impact on the gameplay. Like, it impacts it in little ways, but I think it would be more fun if you were actually chasing, like, against actual people. Yeah, I think that would be a little more fun, because I love, like, Apex Legends and, like, games like that. And there will be a chest back there.
Okay.
Careful. Nice.
I'd say it seems like that'd be something where you have like leaderboards and stuff like that for the best run of this temple. Or...
Yeah, I don't think they have anything like that at all. And that's the thing, is like only one person will ever beat any given temple. Because once a person has beat the temple, then it's closed off and no one can ever play there again.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Huh. So if we beat this temple, no one will play this temple.
Right, exactly. But I'm not sure if that means, like, you have to beat the entire, like, 5 environments, or just the 1 environment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, were you worried?
Yeah, I was worried.
Now you're talking to a pro.
Nice.
Getting a little bit more instinct that's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
Decided he wants to ramp up here. Alright.
No.
So once I whip it, like I don't have to worry if one comes to me, right?
Yeah, if you whip it, it'll come to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another crap.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Did you see how the Mayans created these conveyor belts?
Alright, so stop for a second, don't, because if you look the other way. So if you see on the ledge ahead of you, there's like parts which are stone and there's parts which are like metal sort of. Those metal ones mean there's a trap there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so don't like whip onto it.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah. I could have just let you walk right into it.
Oh, Tout D12 says, great job on the latest indie editing.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, I spent all day working on stuff. Yeah, I did the Mystery of the Blues. Have you ever watched any of the Young Indie stuff, Michael? The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles?
Only things I've seen are the ones, the edits that you've done. I've not watched any, not watching at all except for those ones.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Like, I mean, it's, people are disappointed because it doesn't really feel like Indiana Jones enough. But they had some good stuff in there, some good writing and things, and some good content. And so I decided I wanted to try to make it a little more like Indiana Jones. And so I've been adding like music from John Williams and little bookends with Harrison Ford. So I just uploaded my 4th one today.
Yeah, I was gonna take a look at that, but then you came over. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
This one is a mass defiler. It says that.
Is this the one shooting bombs?
Yeah, so it shoots poison gas bombs.
Yeah.
4 of them. Nope, shoot. I was actually trying to look at
Oh yeah, you got it.
Get it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the Guardian yet, but it hasn't activated, right?
No, not yet.
It's good because I'm climbing up this hole.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there's something there too. Yeah, so both of those, the behind you and there also are both places that you can go for treasure.
Okay.
So this one you just have to climb all the way to the top.
Okay. At least the mass defiler isn't out yet.
Yeah. I don't see this little area too much. I've only come to a room like this like 3 or 4 times. Ooh. But yeah. Anyways, I think Mystery of the Blues is a pretty interesting young indie episode. It's pretty unique compared to a lot of the other ones. I mean, they're all really unique and really different from each other.
There's one back here too.
Turn to your left.
Okay.
Over there, that green door. Oh, that's actually where you want to go.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright.
And
so that helps.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the music helps a lot with it, especially like in action scenes and things like that, just to kind of pull that indie feel because John Williams' score just had a lot of tension each.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can
do that. Okay.
Don't do that.
So this is you basically pay to skip a little section.
Oh, okay.
So. Which is fine, but now you won't get points that you could use for.
Yeah, okay, I see.
So that's how that works. And so the way those bombs work is that if you're in a bomb like gas for more than a few seconds, then you take it. So if you survive in the gas for like a second, okay. There you go.
So he's not as dangerous as a laser shooting eyeball.
Yeah, I suppose not. I guess he's probably dangerous.
Well, just the fact
but sometimes you get like trapped in an area and it's like, so we'll wait for this to go. Kind of annoying. So you're all set here. This is the end of the level.
Okay, I can't work last time. Whoops.
Oh, yeah.
Try to jump or lucky landing. What? Instead of taking landing damage, you'll gain health instead. Oh yeah, it's like that. That sounds like a great way.
It doesn't always happen.
What?
It's like there's a chance.
Legend of 007 said Harrison Ford in that episode was just too weird.
Yeah, I think they filmed that while Harrison Ford was growing his beard out for The Fugitive. So he had this, this beard, which he never had in any of the other indie adventures. I don't know. I mean, like, I personally love the fact that they brought Harrison Ford in and, filmed another scene with him as Indiana Jones. Because at that point, we didn't know if another movie was actually going to ever happen. And it was like, oh nice. It was like, 15 years or something after that when he finally got to play Indiana Jones again. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Oh! Well, no. I gotta figure that one out.
Yeah. You gotta, like, weave through them a little bit.
Whoa. What? Oh, I just rolled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Michael, that's a good question for you. What do you talk about that? That's like...
You had a Sega. I mean, I had a whole bunch. I had the original Zelda in the end. I had Zelda 2, but I actually returned it. We returned it because my mom didn't like. We bought it and then she's like, I need to take this back. Not that there was anything wrong with it. It's just we had to take it back to the store because didn't have much to be bought.
Which game was that?
Zelda 2.
Oh.
So I didn't play a lot of Zelda 2. I got to play a little bit of it. But original Zelda bunch. I played a bunch of Link to the Past. I played, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. I played some Twilight Princess. Worried about it.
Oh, nice.
So you don't trust me?
Well done.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh!
Oh! And so with the right, they will be brought down.
Yeah.
Okay, don't run on spikes.
Yeah, I've played Zelda just a little bit. They seem pretty cool. I don't know, for whatever reason, I just never really played them very much. I played Infernal Machine a lot, which is a Indiana Jones game which kind of steals some of the mechanics from that Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Now wait. Well, oh, well, no, that didn't work out too well. Phantom got me. You said you have about 6 left. Does that include the 3DO games?
Sorry, 6 left. What?
Or sorry, not the 3DO games. What was it? The Philips CDI games. Because there are 3 Philips CDI games that are Legend of Zelda. And
I see. You're talking to Zelda.
Yeah, 2 of them are very. I mean, they're okay, and 1 of them is awful. So these are. I can buy the Bone Whip now, huh?
Yeah.
Does that mean I lose my Cable Whip?
I'm just trying to think if I want to. So here's the thing, because we can either. No, you won't lose it. So what happened is because you died with that whip, the whip is captured. So if somebody else plays that level and beats it, then you'll get that whip back, or you can buy it back for 3 of those keys.
Okay.
Or, you could just use a regular whip, or you could buy this for 2 keys, or I could try to go back to the main unit menu and come back and see if it gives you a different whip. But you probably like this one, right?
Yeah, that was nice having that 2 extra lives.
So I'm gonna try to get this one to be blessed, so that it removes the curse, and then when you play, you'll be able to do that without the curse on it. Sorry. Anyways, you were talking to 007 there.
Yeah, we're talking about the Legend of Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned that he said he had about 6 games left to play. I was asking if you played the Philips CDI game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
like obscure stuff, right?
I left the system that not a lot of people had, and
Yeah.
it was very expensive. It's even more expensive now because the Zelda games are made popular by video game nerds.
Oh, okay.
So the game, he said when he bought it, was I think he said it was like he was gonna buy it for like $199, but it ended up being a gift given by a fan. But for people who want to buy it now, it's like $400 just for Zelda's Adventure.
Oh. Is that it's a terrible game or is it good?
Zelda's Adventure is terrible.
It's terrible, right? Okay.
So it has a very interesting demise because you play as Princess Zelda instead of Link, and it's a top-down view.
Oh.
So that's neat.
No,
Okay.
that's from a different level. You can never play the same level again.
Okay.
Although I could have given you the code for my thing and had us play through one of the levels that I died on in my own run. But anyways, go on.
Yeah, so it was interesting demise of a top-down 2D, top-down 2D game just like the original game, and you're playing as Zelda instead. And the look of it, the look is okay. It looks okay. But the problem was there's such a horrible load time because it was a CD-based game and it was one of those old Philips CDs. So it was every time you would change the screen, it took 3 seconds for the screen to load. On top of that, it had there was a lot of problems with just the amount of difficulty you had, because every single special item cost rupees to use. So you had to constantly have rupees, and you had to know which special items to use on certain enemies, which it didn't explicitly tell you outside of a couple of them. So it was pretty bad. It's worth checking out if you emulate it or download it from another source.
Ooh, I failed. Good thing you gave me extra things.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But the other 2 games are kind of like Zelda 2. They're both side scrollers. One of them you play as Princess Zelda. One of them you play as have to save these 2 different lands. One is the base of the people. One was Gamelon, right? The one Gamelon. Yeah, they're actually worth checking out just for the fantastic music, and some of the puzzles are actually kind of interesting.
I was watching a YouTuber named Adam Corliss every once in a while, and he would go to different gaming consoles, like of each like generation by generation, including like some of the obscure ones like that. So I think I probably heard him talk about some of those, but I don't remember too much about it.
Yeah, the Philips CDI was more of a, it was supposed to be kind of a home entertainment system, and it had a lot of educational games because Philips sold a lot of stuff to schools. So they sold these educational games, kind of the way they tricked the schools into buying big disc players.
Oh, okay.
So they came back for the second scam. It had these different things which were more like point and click, and there was much slower games which were more beneficial for the CDI because it couldn't load games very fast. So it had to have a lot of downtime. So
didn't they have some like weird Mario games too?
There was one that was made and one that was in production. The one that was made was Hotel Mario.
Yeah.
And then that was like a puzzle game for Mario. And then there was it Ghost made it this far.
Yeah. Sometimes they do make it, and they make it to the next like environment, you know. So he doesn't necessarily die on this level necessarily.
Gotcha. There's Hotel Mario. The second one that was being made was Mario Wacky World, and it was supposed to be kind of like a Super Mario World type game, and it was. There's some you can play test it a little bit. There's some well integrated, but it's not finished. So some of the areas you can't get out of. You have to reset the emulator.
And you can play it. Huh?
Yeah, you can play part of it, and it's not very good. Mainly just because of how, like, poor load times on the CDI, and then the design, they really didn't have. They wanted to do Mario World, but they could only use certain characters in the Mario universe. They had Philips had an agreement with Nintendo because they were developing the CD-based system for originally the SNES, and then it was going to be for the old 64. But they developed, they had the rights to develop 2 Mario games and 3 Legend of Zelda.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess I take it for that.
Like the ghost just looked right at you.
Yeah.
He's Canadian Rager. Find the part ring Rager.
Yeah.
As far as old consoles that I owned an NES. I had a Super Nintendo, and I had a Genesis for a little while, and then from there I had the N64, and then the next generation I got an Xbox. So I kind of traded off Nintendo at that point. But.
What is our taking responded thing?
No, not yet. So that's okay. We got lots of gameplay to go through here.
Yeah.
The whole brand new symbol, well, kind of new Canadian dice.
Yeah. Sometimes in the later levels, like these platforms, like that one behind me, like all 4 corners have those spikes on them, and you have to like break through.
Oh, I see. He's coming for us.
Yeah.
This is the one that just tries to touch you, right?
Yeah.
When he does that, he just so hard to reset that.
No, you died.
Oh, completely?
You're completely done.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's not really fun.
Yeah. This is definitely the most like terrifying. But now, after you enter this room, you look like you're safe. The door closes and you can't come anymore.
I saw him go through walls.
Not this wall. He spawns out or whatever.
Well, the whip faster might help out.
Yeah. I finally used the crouch jump like for the first time ever, just a moment ago, in a useful way. So that was nice.
I'm moving quicker now.
Yeah, it's quicker and quicker.
Did you never owned a Super Nintendo? I think you may have played it. I think you played my Super Nintendo before. or at least came over a couple times to play back in the day. Oh, he dies here, poor guy.
He does.
Well, he must because it's cool.
Well, he might make it to the caverns, to the next environment.
Okay. But yeah, on the Super Nintendo, there was a game called Pitfall, the Mayan Adventure, and it was based off the original like Pitfall from like Atari / Yeah, but it was much cooler because it was kind of like, I mean, the other ones are kind of goofy, where you're kind of going through a temple, and this one you actually had a whip, and then you had like items you can throw with a sling, like to attack and stuff like that. And you had to jump over obstacles and other stuff that wasn't just like alligators on the ground. You actually had to. No, it was a fantastic game. I don't think I ever actually beat Pitfall. It got really hard. If I remember correctly, it got really hard after a couple levels. And it might be something worth revisiting at some point. Up there.
Yeah, I guess I played it on emulators. The second one.
You mean original hardware?
Yeah. Yeah. Right, original hardware.
I would say the nerd who never put on the emulator or original sort of hardware only.
I would never be a sort of Tomb Raider pirate that guy.
I'm sure it's going to be
Yeah.
It becomes one of those abandoned things where no one licenses for a while, and you're free to use the IP if you want.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's the guy you would do for streaming, Guru Larry. He had a top.
I introduced you to Guru Larry?
Yeah, you did. It's like the top 5 IPs that were abandoned for crazy reasons, and you could use potentially you could go out and use Blink's from Microsoft because they don't care. They never re-upped it. You could make a new Blink game that becomes abandonware. You couldn't license it. Well, you could license it, I guess, but okay, good. That faster whip's working already. And then you're getting close, you need to get moving. You can follow you up here.
Yeah.
There's like one way down. Oh.
Alright.
I didn't see what happened to our ghost or anything. One good thing.
Here.
Oh yeah, you got some coins and everything.
Seems like I can afford It's time. So the game wants me to move on, but I might not do that because we want to get this whip to get the blessing.
Yes.
The whip.
So you have to get both torches and then get the relic and you have to get to unlock it.
Exactly. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this one's really nice. It's really, I think if
Once you get this curse off, because of the curse on it, the blessing is 325 rather than 250.
you're 3 coins short.
Actually, it doesn't make a difference because in the next, it does make a difference, but in the next map here, I'm going to be able to get some coins right at the beginning, and I'll have enough to get that blessing.
We're gonna see how our Canadian friend fared. What happened to him pretty soon?
Oh, well, he either died or he didn't come this way.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention.
I think he died.
But he died.
And
He definitely died somewhere.
And he died by that raging spirit that was chasing him.
That's it.
You wouldn't have seen him seen him because the raging spirit for him was moving differently.
Oh yeah, he would have just fallen over randomly.
Well, our hearts go out to our Canadian friends. Good luck to Montreal Canadiens in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
Canada might break its 28-year curse that they have with Stanley Cups not coming home.
28 years.
Yeah, 93 was. Oh,
Wow.
93 was the last one, so I guess 27 years. But
Who are they playing?
they are playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, who won last year. Yeah, so it's see what happens. Like, I said, maybe he was distracted watching them play hockey.
There we go. We'll give him that benefit of the doubt.
They wanted to pour out a Tim Hortons Cafe Mocha. Wait. So, the Guardian Spirit hasn't appeared yet.
They did, it just showed up.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Alright, so. You gotta get moving. Jim Nelson says, I hope they never recast Ford as Indy. Make new young indie prequels or make spin-off by Ford $20.
Yeah, yeah, I know a lot of people don't want to fit. Like, that's really fair, because, like, you can't really replace them. I just love these movies so much, like, I love to get more, but I totally understand people feel that way.
Well, I think I speculated about this before, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that, like, Shia LaBeouf was supposed to kind of, like, the next adventurer, like, his character, who's, like, the son of Indy.
Yeah.
The direct tie in with the movie, and that they were hand the reins off to absolutely.
And they had that little scene where he almost took the hat from Indy to the back.
Yeah, like, kind of, you're not ready.
Yeah.
But, I would have been really disappointed if they had stayed with Shia LaBeouf. Yeah. You might not want to do that with Guardians Spirit.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, I mean, one, he's already kind of like the actor as far as like following up but just having, he couldn't be, I don't see him as, the next Jones. I don't see him as
I don't know. I do, like, enjoy some of his roles. Oh my god, I'm gonna die! I enjoy him sometimes, but I think in that particular movie, he wasn't well cast.
Yeah, we mentioned he's in the movie. He was kind of portrayed as like no loner. He didn't really have his parents present all the time. I mean, obviously he didn't have Indiana Jones, present, but
He thought something else.
yeah. So he's kind of loner. He had kind of an Easy Rider appearance where he had the motorcycle, leather coat, stuff like that, and then it's still Shia LaBeouf, trying to look like a tough guy, and it's just not what he would have been cast as back then.
Yeah, I think he was well cast in like Transformers, because he's kind of like, I don't know, like kind of like had like a high pitched sort of voice type of thing. I just thought that it's kind of strange casting anymore. Yeah, some of the other things that were wrong with that movie.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot wrong with it, but at the same time, it just wasn't a great fit. It wouldn't have made a lot of sense as, trying to go on with, the Jones Jr.
Yeah. I don't know who being summoned.
Jim Nelson says, thoughts on the live-action post-TV live Disney Plus series play like Cobra Kai or he is the mentor. It's called The Students of Professor Jones.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that, because like it still kind of like continues the legacy of the characters, but it gives a chance for younger people that people want, like young stars or whatever. That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah.
I can see them doing something like. I wouldn't say that Disney would be creative enough to pull off a project like that. But I can definitely see something like that. Obviously you're gonna have a change in the canonical villain because we like to think that they not too more around in the 70s.
Yeah, well, that's
yeah, but as far as getting a new villain, you'd have more of like a indie 2, like call it like the Thugs, or even another type of group like that. Maybe even like a grave robbing company that that kind of works against like indie students.
I really like the sound of that. As soon as you said Professor John, that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, that's good. That's it. I'd be hard pressed for Disney to come up with a good way of like.
Yeah. There was a rumor that we posted earlier today on about this cover, and they were saying that Disney is thinking about revisiting the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles in some way. And I posted it on my channel, and someone was saying that website usually makes up stuff. I guess so. I don't know how true that is, but
well,
it's a nice sure like they need to do something. Like they can't just like end the series with 5 and never give us Indiana Jones. And I don't think they will. I thought they were probably going to give us like an animated show, but we'll see. All right, so here we go. So your whip is blessed, and you no longer have to pay extra for blessings when you use that whip.
So now, let's say I get killed in a temple, does my whip disappear, or do I have it forever?
It's like the previous time. The whip will be. Like held, and if another player beats that temple, then they'll be able to release the whip to you, or you can just buy it back.
What is this?
So these are the temples that you died in. So, and that's your user ID, JHBOBIFG. So if you were to share that code with me, I could play the levels that you died in.
Oh, okay. So that's nice.
And I could release your thing.
So I'm imagining that this is.
Alright, so hang on. This is another one you could buy. You like?
Immune to fall damage and guardians are stronger. Oh man. Let's go.
Okay. But so now you're not going to use the blessed whip then. So you're going to have a whip that has it at first, which is fine if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Guardians are stronger. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So my cable whip is safe and it's good. The mass defiler. Alright, so I get the. Oh no.
3 students of Dr. Jones have died here.
I see that. By land or sea. Which way did you die? Was it land or sea?
Yeah. Or was it lava?
Oh my gosh. Where's the secrets here? Yeah, no.
There might be one in this room.
What's
It's
up?
top of the stairs. But watch out, there's sometimes like there's a trapper at the top of the stairs.
That is a good way. Not dead yet.
This is the other way of this room. So now you have to go down.
What's that fall damage?
Yeah.
What's that fall damage?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even have to push a button anymore.
This is the whip that I used a lot when I first.
Oh god! Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
You're immune to fall damage, but not that type of damage.
Now, where's the one that makes me play damage?
Yeah, right.
Well, that's alright.
Look, someone else died in that.
Oh no.
So, buddy.
Oh,
This is the first. This is like the second room in the temple, and people are already dying. Man.
Only 3 people died here, so you have made it so far.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that red stuff?
That means that the ground is falling. Alright. Okay. Oh no. No!
Oh, get up! Oh, no, it won't
Alright.
be up as I died.
I'm gonna let you play again.
Oh, no, that's not fair. No wonder 3 people died here. You're gonna see my body.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna grab another cup here real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So, ow.
Students of Professor Jones. I love it.
You're gonna be stepping on my feet.
Sorry, yeah.
Alright. Alright, let's see. So I can get it again as long as okay. Candy or pen. Ooh, That's very strange. Yeah, let's reclaim it. So this one costs. Okay, so I have a new whip. It's interesting. So, Jim Nelson, should they scrap the young indie series and just start over, or they should continue when he was 21 when it ended? Ford's Indy was 36 when we meet him in the Temple of Doom, so lots of room still. Well, as soon as the Indiana Jones nerds come back, I will show him your comment and we'll see what he thinks. I mean, I don't know how large of an audience watched the original Young Indie series. I have agony, it's simple. So, if they did restart it, it would be. I mean, it probably wouldn't affect, depending on how they do it. It probably wouldn't affect as many people, but that's just my take on it. I think a lot of people prior to this channel may not have seen the Young Indiana Jones series. Yes, I do. It's on my keys upstairs, or I can grab it for you here while you answer a question here.
Okay, yeah, I kind of have heard you.
Yeah, you gotta come back. I bought another whip.
Oh, what'd you buy?
So I bought the other one back, so I can unlock it at a later time. But I got the bamboo whip, where standing near a phantom heals half a heart, but getting blessings hurts. Alright.
Hey, what do we have right here?
Oh yes, the Indiana Jones. No, it's
almost
not.
Indiana Jones. Han Solo, but he's dressed as close to Indiana Jones as he can. He's wearing brown pants and a gray shirt.
I'll come here and help you with this temple, because I'm gonna go get you.
Alright, thanks. Alright, yeah,
let me get to a safe
Alright,
place.
should we scrap the old Young Indie series and just split it over?
Ow.
Or should they continue it since he was 21 when it ended? Ford's Indy was 36 and then Temple of Doom, so lots of room. So, yeah, I mean, I see no reason why they would need to get rid of the old ones. Because, like, honestly, there's so little content for Indiana Jones as it is. I wouldn't really like it if they got rid of stuff. I mean, they're already, like, I think the parts of that series are already, like, not canon anymore. Like, the old Indiana Jones Chronicles, I don't think Disney would consider that canon at all anymore. Ow! So, I think the show is pretty good.
You got a couple whips to rescue from me.
Alright.
I will come right back.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, so I would definitely keep the show. And as I mentioned on my video I posted earlier today, like, there's a lot of really good stuff in there, and they had, like, you know, the third season planned out. They had, like, some cool stuff planned out for the third season. Like, there was an episode where young Indy, as like a 9-year-old, before he carrier stuff, like, he was gonna go to Jerusalem and meet Abner Ravenwood, and they were gonna talk about the Ark of the Covenant, and, you know, he was gonna be looking at the Well of the Souls in Jerusalem, and that would have been so cool because it would have tied in with Raiders of the Lost Ark. And also, they were gonna have episodes where Belloc shows up. And, like, there was one interesting episode they had where Indy and Belloc were in Honduras, which in Temple of Doom they mentioned that Indy was accused of being a grave robber in Honduras. And they were, I guess, Indy finds a crystal skull, but Belloc was going to try to sell it. And so, you know, a crystal skull obviously tying in with Indiana Jones 4. So that would have been like a really interesting episode to see because it tied in a lot with some of the other Indiana Jones projects. So I definitely think that at least those episodes, the one with Abner and the one with Bella, should be made at some point here. And you know, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, we got a lot of backstory about Indiana Jones and Abner and Marion, and we never got to see that. And there have been so many attempts to bring Abner, to visualize Abner. Like there was obviously that show. They thought about having the guy with the fedora in Last Crusade be Abner, but they scrapped that idea. There was an unmade Indiana Jones comic books. What's it called? Lost Horizons, which was going to have Wilford Brimley's likeness as Abner, and so there are a lot of attempts to bring Abner to the screen or to comics that we never really got to see, and I think that would definitely be something that would be really cool to tie in with one of the best Indiana Jones stories, which is Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I think they should not scrap the original Young Indy series, but just add to it. Because there were a lot of cool ideas in there. The way that like each episode was like a month out of his life, and so if the series had been complete, you essentially would be getting a month by month look at this guy's life, and he's meeting all of these really interesting historical figures from that era of time. So yeah, I really love that. Let's see. Interesting here. Okay, Disney really needs to buy out Paramount distribution rights so they can get Indy 1 on Disney Plus. Yeah, it's really strange. And like I went on Disney Plus and I tried to add. I wanted to add like an Indiana Jones icon as like my icon there, and they didn't have it, so I had to do Yoda instead. It's going to be extremely weird when they have Indy 5 and future stuff and never the first 4 films. Yeah, really, I definitely agree. It's kind of strange that, because like, people go on there and they expect that they would have it, because Indy is, Disney now. I don't know. I heard they added the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles to Paramount Plus recently, but they didn't have Mystery of the Blues. Ow. I guess my best guess is because Mystery of the Blues used those music from John Williams. But I don't know, there's my glasses. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. So we get set up for you.
Quite a bit, I don't want to say. Yeah, Jim, you're good. I appreciate you asking questions because then it gives us someone to interact with. So yeah, please ask away any questions. I'm really welcome. Oh man, jeez.
You got the repository of knowledge here with Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
But you were talking about Paramount Plus having the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah, but they don't have Mystery of the Blues on there for some reason, and that's the one where Harrison Ford is in it. So my only guess is that because they used the John Williams music, maybe they're not allowed to show that one. But it's so strange to me because they own Indiana Jones, and they have the rights to show all the other movies, and that music is all from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Makes some sense.
Ethan says, "Great video. Keep up the good work." Hey, thanks, Ethan. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
There we go. Got a little charger going for the stream. Keep up with that.
Perfect.
Try to get your phone set up.
Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, sorry. My phone doesn't charge with the wire. It only charges using one of those pads. Isn't that funny?
Some archaic technology.
I know.
Belongs to the museum.
It belongs to the museum. That's the one Tim gave me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess I can blame him.
Hey.
Alright, I need to heal. Oh, oh, yeah.
Alright, so get your thing for you. And
What's that?
oh, just ice cream bar. But it's muskmelon flavored, which is a Japanese thing. It's very unusual. If you weren't playing with the controller, I'd give you one too, but when I come up and die again, then I will swap and get you one.
Cool. Muskmelon? What's that? I've never heard of that.
Muskmelon, it's like a sweet melon they have in Japan. Not sure where, if you can buy it here at like a specialty store or anything like that, but they have a lot of candies and other stuff that are flavored that way, and it's really good. It's kind of like make me smell it, don't. Yeah. Let's see, where you at in the temple?
Well, I made it through the first zone, but I took 2 hits of damage.
Oh man.
Like a fool. But luckily I got an option to heal.
Oh, you're doing the one that makes the guardian more difficult.
Yeah, because
You don't look before you got Iron Beak.
oh yeah, I'm just so used to it.
Ethan asks, is the game available on PS4 and PS5?
It's only for PC.
So they haven't done a full release of it yet. Right now, Steam is having a summer sale, so if you're looking to pick up a copy, and it's reduced down 20%, so it was 25, but right now it's 20. So that's how I actually picked up my copy.
Yeah, and I definitely recommend playing this game if you can. It's like the early access right now. I hope that they make it available on other systems.
At least on the PS Marketplace or the Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, that would be perfect for stuff like that. Honestly, like, it'd be cool if they release it for. Because it's not like
yeah, it's very harder with that whip.
I ran right into him. I think I took damage from running into him.
Oh. They keep Young Indian, they need a remaster, and Ethan says, I can't wait for the new movie.
Yeah, definitely cannot wait for it. I'm really excited about that. As you guys all know, that I'm posting videos like every day about how excited I am. Yeah, and I've seen people upload Young Indiana Jones Chronicles to YouTube, and the resolution's really bad. But I downloaded some that were better, and those are the ones that I've been uploading. But I don't know like a lot about like remastering, because something like that, it was like a not in like wide, it wasn't like HD, it wasn't like a wide screen. It was made for TV. So I don't really know too much about like remastering, what the process is, like what they would be able to do even with that footage that they have. You know anything about that, Michael?
Yeah, so if they're going to be a remaster for they're going to have the original source film, and then they would actually have to convert it over to high definition. Because the original source material, or the original source of broadcast material, to have a high definition. You have to, and that's like a problem with a lot of old shows and things like that, was that, the shows were filmed, but then they didn't keep, like, the footage for, like, the show bombed, or didn't do very well.
They need the original, like, recorded, like, film footage, really? Oh, man.
And just like any other, footage that you may have, you have film that sits there for extended time, it starts to get lower quality just over time, just from the film press it's creating, so. And then, for the new movie, you were talking, I know you probably talked about your like hopes for the film before. So before we get into the new movie, let's talk a little bit about the movie that came before it. Oh man, previous incarnation, King of the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, that one.
So, what were your feelings on that film?
There are stuff that I like the first half of the movie was pretty cool. I like the idea that they went to the warehouse, although it would have been cooler if they had just been looking for the Ark and just continue that. I get what George Lucas was trying to do. He was trying to make like a 1950s, type of film, the way that Raiders was like a 1930s type of film. But it was a little weird because in the previous movies, especially Raiders and Last Crusade, it was like these supernatural things were like evidence of like God and religion and things like that, and the aliens thing kind of clashed with that idea for me. I know some people were okay with it, and sometimes I'm able to watch the film and just enjoy it for what it is. But I don't know, it was kind of a strange choice in my opinion.
Well, I understand what they were trying to do with the Crystal Skull, because there was a lot, the tie-ins to the movies with things like the Sankara Stones and E2 and like, the Ark of the Covenant, the first one, the Holy Grail in the third. So there's two. They always had kind of religious aspect, and there were a lot of cultures that, at least in the reference for the Crystal Skull, that kind of revolve religion around the significance of it, and how they interview and how they exist. But at the same time, like the aliens really just throws it off really bad. Having the shot look like a 1950s film with like the gradients they used and everything, kind of really flashed with it. It didn't with it.
Yeah, I agree. And I watched the film a lot, but just the fact that we got another movie with Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones is enough to make me happy that we got that.
We got Marion.
And Marion was in it. Unfortunately, Sean Connery didn't want to be in the movie, which is disappointing.
Yeah, especially because they reference him being dead at the beginning of the film too, if I remember.
Yeah.
And with it's not that.
And now he actually is.
Yeah,
so it's like, now what are you gonna do?
Yeah, so
it's like they played that card and they played like this sort of like India's old card to some extent in that movie, and it's like, okay, well now you just gotta completely forget about all that stuff.
Yeah, like he's not gonna be able to do the stuff he did before. He's not gonna, at least as far as that cool story for King of the Crystal Skull. It's just he's not, he's old now. He's not as quick acting. He doesn't.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
Do you want me to try to bless this whip, or should we try to go to the next temple?
I'll bless this whip.
Alright, we'll do it. Alright, sorry, go ahead with what you're saying.
Just with the way that they handled India in that film was just very disappointing overall.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are some cool aspects. I like I like when they're fighting the Nazis on top of like the vehicles when the army ants are coming all over the place.
The Russians.
Yeah, the Russians. I don't remember.
They're all the same. Right?
No, it's just that whole scenario when that's right.
I love
the 50s, it was the Russians. But,
yeah.
But yeah, that fight sequence when they're on top of the Russian vehicle and he's like fighting the soldiers off. That felt like classic. And
I loved the guy who played the big Russian henchman, Igor Tuchenkin. I thought he did a pretty good job with his presence in that movie.
Yeah.
Although the only thing about that segment of the movie that I really didn't like is that there was a lot of CGI used, and it's not as good as the chase scenes in the original trilogy, and you can really tell that it's like filmed in front of like a blue screen.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Lucas was like. He was really going
like Star Wars.
Yeah, that era was just, you know, there wasn't as much of practical effects versus like these.
Yeah, it's interesting how it came back. Thank God it's come back. Practical effects.
Yeah, I mean, if they were to continue just strictly CGI, you'd probably have another Avengers movie. I was not a big fan of the Avengers being mostly green screen.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't even think about that. The Avengers, like the Marvel Avengers.
Yeah,
right?
I said that. I was just a little play off of your.
Because I don't know. Because like for me, that makes total sense. Like I didn't even think about it that way. Just because like Indiana, and that's definitely a true point. But I don't even like think about it in that way because like it's like a comic book movie and we're just kind of used to it. But Indiana Jones in particular is like supposed to be like a 1930s like adventure film, you know?
Yeah, and it's supposed to have a lot of like practical effects and a lot of like oh yes, you can see the actors actually ducking under a dart, albeit a very slow moving dart, but yeah, ducking under that or ducking under that. It's just, I really hope they bring that in the new movie. More practical effects within, which they must have because he injured himself on set.
Yeah, he's putting his body on the line, which actually I think is like a good sign because it means like they're gonna, like you said, like they're going practical. They're gonna have him do like fights. So I think it's gonna be, I obviously I wish that that didn't happen and that it went without a hitch. But it also gives me that little bit of hope.
Now, what's your biggest fear for what could possibly happen in the Indiana Jones movie as far as either a character being killed or even your biggest fear that they make something wrong with the story or something that
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, you could go anywhere with that, really. Because, whoa! As I mentioned,
you gotta concentrate a little bit on this part.
Go away! Yeah, here's where it gets tricky with that guy.
I see that. That's why 5 people have died trying to get through this temple.
Yeah.
Well, this part is the hard part. You get alternating patterns there. They were complaining about
I want to answer your question here as soon as I... Alright, let's see. There's speculation, in the Star Wars sequels, they killed off all of those characters. Or whatever. They killed off a lot of those characters, which sucks, and I hated that. And that would be the worst thing is because it's Indiana Jones. You can't kill Indiana Jones in this movie. There are maybe creative things that you could do, but that's something that they need to be careful of for sure, because they've angered the fans enough as it is.
And we know that from the scenes that you showed us that the Nazis are going to be involved with this again somehow.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is cool. I think they're the best villains for the franchise.
So that means that we're back. We're back in the 1940s now.
Well, part of the movie is going to be in the 40s. It seems like It seems to me like most of the film is going to take place in the 60s, but it slowed me down. I couldn't even drop down in time.
No.
My first death.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You suffocate on 4-4.
Oh
So
man,
the temple
I'm so
remaining
close.
complete.
Oh,
So
I got greedy.
I think my biggest fear for the film is that they're going to.
Oh, hang on, that's a good one. That's behind you.
This one right here.
50% more fun. Yeah, that I think that one's a pretty good one.
Yeah, the Phantom steals.
Yeah, but the Phantom steals coins, but if you make it through, then you're fine.
Alright. Oh, I thought you used it before.
Yeah.
My biggest fear for the film coming up is that possibly they're going to retcon his son and maybe Mary by either having them killed somehow or just removed altogether from it because I get that we don't want to continue we don't want to reference this movie, it didn't do very well and fans didn't enjoy it, but to completely retcon it by killing characters is a very lazy way to address it.
Yeah.
There's ways to address the sins of the past and not have that kind of
yeah. I mean, you don't need to talk too much. If you don't want to have much in it, you can just say one line or just don't even mention it. It doesn't matter. But definitely don't kill marriage because you already did that in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. You killed off Sean Connery. Oh yeah, they already stole your coin here. You just gotta be careful and not get stabbed and all that, and you'll be okay.
That's the way to go through life.
Yeah,
be careful, don't get stabbed. Don't go through life this way.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way.
Yeah.
I think Disney is starting to figure out the right way to do things. Hopefully, I mean, obviously, they botched the prequel or the sequels, in my opinion, some aspects of it, but then with Mandalorian, they actually brought back the real Luke, and that was amazing. So after seeing that, it makes me feel like they're probably gonna, especially because this is the one probably Harrison Ford's last Indiana Jones movie, and they made Force Awakens, and it was okay, It was just because they were they didn't plan out a whole trilogy that it ended up going to shit. But I think there's enough there that they can come up with something cool just for a one-off film.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want them to, worry about how they deal with those characters. And, obviously not just take and say, oh yeah, by the way, they died in a plane on the way to, Brazil or something like that.
Hey, stop for a second. On the ground behind you, that hole. I think that's a
secret.
Yeah.
All right. Get down here. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, yeah, there's a secret down
Well, there's a
You tell it too.
Yeah, but you got that at least.
Yeah. Darn, this guy was really good. He should have died earlier in the temple.
Sometimes, you play this with this whip, and there's no phantoms, and then it's you're gold. Not even cursed. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that key over here.
Alright.
There's been a lot of speculation about what the plot is gonna be, and what up it is, and all that. And those are obviously things that you want to get right to because it needs to feel like an Indiana Jones movie, which is you have just a little bit of supernatural stuff. No. Yep. You can have just a little bit of that supernatural stuff, but a lot of people are talking about time travel and things like that.
No,
that doesn't seem right.
That's the unfair retcon time travel.
Yeah.
That would be part of it.
Yeah.
Time travel just never works in a film. The only time I think time travel's ever really worked for me is an issue where they're actually trying to stop the thing that is causing the time travel. Like Looper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that's the only time I would really say that, oh, this is a really good thing. They're trying to stop, this issue of time travel, or like, or the other film where, they had the people who would prophesize that you were going to murder someone. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't Looper.
Oh.
Minority
Report?
Is that the one where they
with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, and he would. They had the people in the baths that would wake up.
Yeah, Minority Report.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff. Not as bad. But anything where like time travel is the core mechanic of the film, I think that's pretty much just. Oh gosh, that gets really lazy.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess like I don't mind like Back to the Future and like I think time travel can be fun, but definitely not for Indiana Jones.
I say that one's done well because that's
characters.
Not a series of it's not as action-packed of a film or anything like that. That movie was built entirely on the premise of time travel. It wasn't trying to be an adventure film or anything like that, other than there's multiple paths here.
Yeah, he's probably gone.
Man, he stole all my coins. I have this whip that gives more coins, and this guy was competent. Okay.
Oh, that's one. Nice.
Hey, maybe he died. No, get up here.
Nope.
Darn him. He's so good at this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember other core time travel movies like Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted is like a good use of time travel because it was just a silly film.
Yeah.
But it was like.
And the time travel rules are like deliberately like broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's nothing wrong with taking these characters out of experience because it's not going to answer what's happening with your experience.
Yeah.
It's like, no one cares. We just want to solve and get the.
Dude. Be careful.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get up here.
On one side.
Oh man. Oh, that was.
Yeah, I didn't realize how close he was. I shouldn't have told you to do that. So I'm partially to blame.
Oh, the Indiana Jones dude sabotaging the Indiana Jones.
Totally ruined it. Yeah.
So we're still same. What you got here? Phone with.
So I'm gonna
get that obsidian with us. I'm running out of keys to reclaim things.
Yeah, if I can just
get
one run through here.
Yeah. Unlock the obsidian one and unlock the one with the iron feet because I really like that one. No fall damage.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite ones early on. I always messed up.
No one has been here before.
Oh, perfect. So that means no one can
steal your coins.
Steal the coin.
Yeah, my run had nothing but like a thief taking all my coins.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't get all the chests were open before I even got to it. At least now the obsidian gets to shine.
That's right. So this is essentially like a blessed whip. There's no
ghosts.
No ghosts. Oh, ooh, man.
So have you unlocked all the whips on yours?
Well, I unlocked all of those 8 whips there, but then once you get to the later levels, you start unlocking better whips. So I got a few of those. I got the one which is instead of 50%, it's like 100. Like coins are worth double.
Oh wow.
So that's probably gonna be like my go-to whip. But there are some other interesting ones for variety.
I was just wondering if the Temple Guardian said that in order to escape you have to collect all the relics. I was just wondering how long it would take to collect all the relics officially or unofficially in the game.
Well, technically you could just beat the whole game in your first run through. Well, you can not in your first run through because you have to get It doesn't let you in your first run through, but on your second run through, you can technically beat the whole game. But you know, not easy. If you played the game before, you can just go in and beat it in one run through, I think. But if you've never played the game before, if we had to do first started playing, you wouldn't really know what to do, I guess.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was an ending that was ready for this build of the game, or if it was in progress.
I think there is, because I don't think it's limited to just the 3 maps like it was in the thing that was going on with the streamers a few weeks ago.
You can do this. I believe in you. Yes, the chest full of 8 coins. Oh no, there's one down there too. Wow.
Yeah, I always know where they are.
Paid off good. Yep.
Well, so much for Eric showing up.
I know. He completely flaked. Did you see his message?
No, what did he say?
He said, I would, but I didn't hear time from you guys. I didn't plan for it. The ladies and planning.
Well, then, if he was here, then we would have to give him a turn playing, and, you know, he would obviously die.
Well, it could be worse than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, and I didn't survive very well, but I don't think you would survive very well. He'd be much worse.
Yeah.
Great guy. Great guy. Difficulty with me. Well, I think we covered biggest fear for it. What's your biggest hope for the new Indiana Jones movie?
Oh man, just the fact that they're making it's like the greatest thing. Let me see. Well, I guess I'd like to see probably like Sala or Short Round show up. Because they and of course we got to see Sala one time again in Last Crusade, but we never saw Short Round again. And Short Round, Sala, and obviously Marion, but Sean Connery's Henry Jones Sr. I think those are really great supporting characters. Wow, that's really nice. And especially Short Round, the bond between Short Round and Dee is such a great part of Temple of Doom, and it's just really strange to me that we never got to see Short Round again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of strange for the movies. From one to 2, there wasn't as much of a connection, and from 1 to 3, there was a much larger connection. And that was, and I think it was kind of just changed course at that point. The first 2, I kind of described the Bond perspective, where you had kind of their own stories, but with own characters, but there wasn't too much connection between the two. There's the Bond movies, you'd have Bond would have his arch nemesis, you'd have the Bond girl, of course, and then there wasn't really much connection or overall connection between the two. And they changed that with the new Bond films, but back then it was very much each one was its own separate story, kind of like how each one was its own separate paperback.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think with Last Crusade, Steven Spielberg said, I want to make a movie that's a little more Raiders of the Lost Ark, rather than doing something different. Because they actually had kind of crazy idea for Indiana Jones 3 that the original script was by Chris Columbus, and the opening scene was in a Scottish castle, and then the main part of the movie was Indy goes to Africa, and it's called Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, and there's like a, I guess a tribe of, monkey people or something, and Indy rides a rhino against a Nazi tank, and that was slightly used in Last Crusade. There's on a horse.
Yeah,
and
that kind of goes into more like fantasy type setting, I guess.
Yeah, more of fantasy, definitely. And like they had some weird like humor aspect of like Indy being like sort of like a creepy, like sexually creepy guy.
I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It'd be interesting to see like a fan-made like recreation of what that script might have looked like.
Yeah, like I'd love to see them do stuff like that. Like you could do like a cartoon or like a fan-made thing, like you said. That would be great.
Yeah, like obviously it'll be amateurs and it won't be indie, but at the same time, you can kind of see what the studio is kind of trying to turn out.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like, if we had to sit through Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, then there's no excuse not to, do something crazy, I guess.
Yeah, just have a fan recreation of it with, this will be the canonical fourth indie movie.
Yeah.
But never mind that he looks completely different, and never mind that the character is also so much younger now.
Yeah.
This is the canonical fourth movie. That's really, I didn't know about the alternate script for it, so Spielberg had the final call and he said, no, I want this to be my Raiders.
Something like that, I guess. I mean, where he, asked George, to give me something like Raiders, but I'm not sure who was, because they obviously, they hired someone to work on a script and throw out ideas and stuff like that.
Spielberg used to make those very, I'm not going to say over the top, but very grand movies, really big stories, and that, the one with, the Monkey King or whatever, that doesn't sound like a very grand story. That's kind of like I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. It's almost like a side story, or it's like something that can be very briefly shown as the introduction to the Raiders. This little side story that's happening, but it doesn't impact the main story.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Or in Last Crusade, the young Indy being shown, trying to rescue the crucifix from Great Rock. That connects the story later, but that was kind of its own little side story, something that didn't. If you had removed it from the film, it wouldn't have changed that much. It would still have been Indy years later finding these people and getting the crucifix back.
Yeah, and it helps to set up a little bit of the the relationship that he has there.
Yeah. You had to make it very difficult for Andy. You had to make always getting kidnapped and captured.
Yeah.
Do you think Sean Connery decided he didn't want to be in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because he read the script, or do you think he just didn't want to be?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. It's possible. The thing that the quote we were given is that he was just having too much fun with retirement. But that's that could be a political sort of response,
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, I just wonder what in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull he would have done, where he would have inserted.
I feel like he must have been in broadband type character. The guy who tells Indy FBI ransacked your whole office and I resigned, and then later he shows up and during the wedding.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my best guess because someone had said like Spielberg or whoever Sean Connery would show up at the beginning and then but then he doesn't continue on the adventure and you're kind of left like, well, we want to see more of Sean Connery. Like why is he not going on the adventure? You know?
Why is he not going to do it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean it's pretty disappointing to me because he was so great in Last Crusade.
Yes, he
I
was.
wish that he had been in Kings of the Crystal.
It would have been really nice because, I mean, it may have taken the movie from an F to maybe a D minus.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot going against that movie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think you were right that the movie really could have been saved with the first act. Not like if it had stayed with the first act, it could have been just considered, maybe average. And then, if we didn't have the elements, if we didn't have the finale, then we didn't have the, the alien presence or anything like that, that would have, the movie possibly could have been just an average movie. Yeah. Not great, but definitely not as good as the original trilogy.
Yeah.
But
fun enough.
Not Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
They, out of I don't know what to talk about. Out of the 4 indie films so far, which one is your go-to? Which one is your favorite?
I tend to say Raiders. Raiders is more or less my favorite movie, of all time, but man, Last Crusade is really, really good. And actually, Last Crusade is kind of the one that really made me an Indiana Jones fan. So here's one thing I was thinking about. Sorry, I'll let you. I'll let you get your thing.
You actually did the one film on Last Crusade. The one film that I would recommend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect,
But what are you gonna say about?
One thing I was thinking about is for the best Indiana Jones films. The best Indiana Jones films are ones where the main supporting character has some sort of a tie with the artifact. So in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Marion had the medallion, and her father was the one who had been searching after the Ark of the Covenant and had all that information about it. And then in Last Crusade, obviously it was Henry Jones's life work to find to find the Holy Grail, and then even more so the fact that Indy had to use the Grail and his father's research to save his father, which was such an amazing finale. Maybe the best finale of all of them. Maybe even possibly better than Raiders of the Lost Ark, just because of that emotional connection.
I would say even with and giving an explanation why the Holy Grail cannot be because obviously if they had taken the Holy Grail from the canyon and taken it away, that would be for all of mankind this is proof that this was the last government prior to it. That would be I guess it was, I'm going to say a little too much for anything, but having it stay a mystery, having the legend connected with this, and having that not taking the girl out, but using it to save his father, that would have been good. That was a really good ending.
Yeah.
And I'm a really big fan of the original trilogy. I think the second one was pretty good, but it definitely didn't live up to Last Crusade or Raiders.
Yeah.
And I believe you're right. It's just the connection that the characters have to the movie.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Short Round is he's a fun character. Willie was whatever. She was fine.
I do love Temple of Doom. There is some and they tie the sort of he has to save the children and all that, and that's pretty compelling actually. But it's just like the other movies are a little bit more interesting because of that emotional connection in that.
Yeah. As I said, there were some. I mean, they all have really good like one-liners and things that you can get off the movie, you know.
Yeah.
But it's. I mean, and Temple of Doom had had Mola Ram, which was. I mean, he was a pretty badass villain.
Yeah.
He was pretty potent. He's tearing people's hearts out.
Yeah.
So I. Oh, chance to avoid damage. Not as good as it looks like the Iron Feet.
Yeah.
But
Oh, by the way, Iron Feet. If you use that and you have the blessing, which gives you lucky landing, which is like every once in a while, instead of taking damage, you gain damage on falling. You can use that and just stand in a room and keep like falling from high heights and get full health.
Oh, that's fun. It's a way to kind of.
We're blessing this, right?
Yes, we're blessing it because I want to take at least one of these whips off.
Yes. Well, you have one, so this will be a second.
Yeah. So I'd say Temple of Doom definitely. I mean, it starts off pretty well. It starts off with it starts off with him having a dodge gunfire behind a falling table. Yeah,
The gong.
The gong.
Yeah,
the
such
gong.
a great.
Yeah, I mean, it starts off really well, and then it gets to the point where it just gets to a lull, and then
Yeah, that's true. And then in the after Shorty comes and saves Indy, then it's like amazing.
Yeah, it's like great, but like before that, it's like there's a lot.
And it gets dark.
Yeah.
Like, man, it gets dark.
I'd say Indiana Jones turn into a zombie effectively.
Yeah.
Not a literal zombie, but
More or less.
zombie.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really bad. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna kill everyone. They lost. There's no chance of survival. Oh, and then Short Round shows up and
Short Round. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of love that. That was what people do. I guess I could see that you're saying it's a lot.
Yeah, but
I guess I'm so used to it. But yeah, after you get to that, it really heats up the last like third of the movie.
oh yeah, once you get more once you get that ending where Mole Ram gets dropped into the crocodiles, that's just like oh good. I never actually looked it up because I know the Ark of the Covenant that was based on real real legend, and then Holy Grail obviously. But they referenced the 5 Sankara stones that Moran's trying to get with the kids digging into the mines and stuff like that. I didn't actually look up to see if that was a real legend or if that was one very told.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that question. I'm sure that at least some aspects of it, like obviously like Shiva is a actual Hindu god that I've heard of. But I don't know too much about that particular. It would be good thing to research.
Sankara stones, they're culturally they're sort of Hindu, which makes sense because of Shiva. But let me see if this is actually because now it's showing Sankara stones from the Indiana Jones movie. So I'm gonna wait to see what your one returns in Maya for. So I wonder what if they. Let's see if I'm trying to find if there's anything on here. And they're based off the Siva Linga, the symbol of the Hindu god Shiva. According to Hindu lore, Sankara was a priest who ascended Mount Believing and met Shiva. So there is a story behind it, but yeah, that's probably something that you can cover a bit of time to do sort of research on those because I know the crystal skulls are referenced on the crystal skull, but have you ever had crystal skull knowledge?
Oh, the Dan Aykroyd.
they're claimed to be pre-Columbian, and it doesn't look, according to this, it doesn't look like there's any mythos behind it confirmed, but they're believed to have been connected to Native American mythology and spiritual accounts. But it looks like there's a lot of, looks like this one says that they were likely created in Germany from workshops renowned for crafting objects and imported from ports in the late 19th century. So the mythos may not be real, but it was like kind of a real object in that there were crystal skulls. They just wasn't really a legend behind them other than
like I can't appreciate the George Lucas's like creativity and the way that he blends legends together, like in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I bash that movie a lot, but I'll just leave it at that. Like I can't appreciate some of the things he comes up with.
Were you mad when they said that the skull was magnetic?
Yeah, I guess I could see that that's kind of silly. I mean, I don't know. It was like, it's like a movie to entertain me, so, I don't mind it too much, but obviously, like, there are parts that it is magnetic in the movie, and there are parts that it's not magnetic in the movie.
At least remain consistent, George.
Yeah.
I remember when they showed the skull and they had it and they said that it was magnetized. And at that point I knew there was something bad was going to happen. Something bad was going to happen to the film. You get that feeling like something's gone wrong, the script has gone wrong. Throw everything overboard. But yeah, that was my moment.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a comment from Joe Nelson. Another idea is an animated series. Film animation, but it takes place in 1940. Origin in 1940.
Oh yeah.
I basically want as much footage as you can. You guys have to do it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jim, definitely. And there's actually Jim. I'm sure Jim probably knows this. There's a really good Indiana Jones like animated sample. It's basically like in the 90s, like they would have the opening like the opening theme song of like whatever cartoon you watch, and it's like a little adventure. It was just like that, and it's Indiana Jones, and this band made it, and like Short Round is in it, and Marion's in it. I guess I probably can't really do it justice, but like, yeah, Michael, you should definitely check that out sometime. And Jim, if you haven't already, I feel like you've probably already seen it, but yeah, I definitely recommend anybody to check that out. It's really cool. I don't know the name of the guy who made it. It's really fun, impressive little animated segment.
There's some real creative people like that. By fans, yeah. There was someone who had like animated an entire like TIE fighter battle.
The animated one.
That's cool. The Empire fighting the rebels, and it kind of shows it from like the Empire's perspective. It actually shows them being effective and being able to shoot down rebel ships.
Yeah.
But it was like made entirely for the fans. There was no. I don't believe there was a financial incentive because obviously get out of there. But,
there's a lot of like Star Wars stuff like that, but it's not. This Indiana Jones one is like the only thing for Indiana. Well, there's at least in terms of anime.
Yeah. You think it's kind of strange that we only got Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, where we had the Indiana Jones trilogy. And we had the Star Wars, trilogy, and then from there, like the Star Wars universe kind of took off, but like the Indiana Jones universe, they didn't really explore or give more mention to it.
So I do have a few things to say about that. So first of all, there was kind of a feeling that Last Crusade was like the last one because of how they like ride into the sunset. but then they made the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and unfortunately they didn't make it like feel Indiana Jones enough for it to be successful, and so that got canceled. And then as a result of that, like they stopped making like comics and books and all that stuff. But also, what I found this out only really recently. Indiana Jones 4, like, and the idea of it involving like aliens has been around since the early 90s, and they were actually thinking about making that movie in the 90s, and it was going to be like that it's kind of going to be like War of the World, that he's like fighting aliens. But then but then Independence Day came out, and they were like, oh, we can't do that. And so I think they should have just, because George gets like these ideas, and he's just adamant that he wants to do this, and so they just had the idea that that's going to be the next Indiana Jones movie for all this time, and then it took all that time to make it. Like I wish they had just made it in the 90s, no matter how bad it was, and then they could have made like another Indiana Jones movies in like 1999. That was like amazing.
Yeah, we could have forgiven the alien one.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of strange that they kind of followed the path of having these 3 blockbusters back to back to back, and then having 3 blockbusters back to back for Star Wars, and then having having that property. I don't think it was a fan problem. I think there was plenty of fans and interest in it, but it's just they didn't really generate the content for it. And
yeah, that's true. They didn't generate the content, and I think there's a feeling that, and probably the truth, that Star Wars is like much more lucrative overall in terms of the expanded stuff.
Where
the Indiana Jones movies are like, the movies are awesome, but beyond that, like there's not a ton of content and interest outside of the movies.
So you think it's more of like the amount of stories that they can tell outside of it, because Indiana Jones is kind of centered on centered on his story.
That's the way that it's turned out, kind of. I think like you can do like expanded stuff, but
like what Jim recommended with the students of Professor Jones.
Yeah, that would be cool.
The idea that you can have more than one that fits.
And it has to have like the right feel. Like again, like I love the Indiana Jones Chronicles, but my feeling is that beyond like Curse of the Jackal and Treasure of the Peacock's Eye, a lot of the episodes, while awesome, are not what people were hoping to see in an Indiana Jones TV show.
So the TV show that you're fixing possibly caused the downfall of.
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Well,
I mean, it was an opportunity to kind of keep interest in the franchise alive, and it didn't quite accomplish that, I'd say.
So how much input did Lucas have with?
He was very involved, actually. Yeah, he was like, he came up with a lot of the stories. I mean, he didn't write the script; he came up with a lot of the ideas, I guess. And it's Lucasfilm, like it's his company, and he was the one who wanted to do like a story that tells the story of this young man coming up in the world, and he wanted to show to use it to teach history and to teach different lessons to people. So he was very involved in it.
So do you think that had Young Indiana Jones taken off, they would have done more with that, like with Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, or do you think that was pretty much like?
Well,
it was always just going to be its own little side project, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I guess that's an interesting question. I definitely think that they had a plan. Like they had a third season planned out, and probably beyond that, and some really interesting ideas, original stuff. Like I think you weren't here when I was talking about it. Is they had like some of their ideas for the third season that they didn't make were going to be featuring characters either from Raiders of the Lost Ark or mentioned in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like Belloc would have shown up in it. After Ravenwood, Marion's father would have shown up in one episode.
Oh, I think I wasn't here when you talked about
Yeah,
that.
you went upstairs on that. So like, you know, it's unfortunate because like that would have been really cool stuff to see, but it didn't happen in the end. And like I think Jim was mentioning, because like there's a big gap between that series in terms of the timeline. That series ended in the 1920s, and then the next Indiana Jones movie is the 1935. So there's like a big gap of time there that you can, you know, explore a little bit for sure. Let's see it. Do something with it.
Okay. I guess we kind of will have to gauge further interest in it based on how well the next movie does.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on how. I'm hoping it's gonna be great. I have nothing but positive thoughts for it.
Yeah.
I know that there was some issues on Twitter of some sort. You had mentioned a little bit about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to delve too much into that, but
yeah. I think people are being negative Nancy's. I mean, like, I understand that,
you be gun shy
Yeah.
after creaming the crystal, so.
obviously, like, the Star Wars sequels, they let us all down. But I think Disney and Lucasfilm are kind of learning their lesson. And what you saw after the prequels is that, after the sequels came out, rather, is that you had this TV show called The Mandalorian, which was really good, and the second season ended with an amazing return of Luke Skywalker.
Oh, you spoiled it for anyone who's
spoiled it. If you don't know, the last episode of The Mandalorian was like everything that you ever wanted, like, in your life. It was so good. And so if Indiana Jones is like 2 hours of that, what just happened?
I don't know. I was trying to whip it, and then it's like,
No, don't do that.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, at least you're out of that.
Yeah. Ow, that really hurt. I don't know how that happened.
That was really strange. There's nothing up there anyway.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. In this case, there's nothing up there. Sometimes there is.
At least I got Iron Feet.
Yeah. No, you Iron Feet?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to reclaim that with me.
Alright, so, okay. One thing. And those pillars in between the blades there, you can whip on top of those, and that's the safest way to do it.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, if Indiana Jones 5 is like just 2 hours of that satisfaction of like seeing Luke again was, and that's all you need to do. Just give us that. Like, you can give us like a shit plot for all I care.
Indiana Jones 5, it's just Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Well, I have big hopes for
No. Jump. No.
No, you stopped me. I was gonna make it through.
I don't think you're gonna make it.
I was gonna make it through.
You can just whip over it. Or whip on top of the pillars like I told you to do.
I didn't. Jim says, I think one of the all-time biggest missed opportunities in film history is not having a couple forward TV films in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what he was just talking about with the. I mean, having the alien, having that alien film that got halted because of Independence Day.
Yeah.
And I like to think that the people who did the studio that did like Stargate, Independence Day, and like Godzilla somehow thwarted Lucas at each step of the way, beating him to the film. That's what I know it's not true, but I'd like to think that that's my own canon. That he's like, you know what? What if we made gates that Indy had to go through, and then like Stargate comes out like, okay, well, what if he had to, what if we had the aliens? And then Independence Day, and then it's like, alright, what if Indy fights a giant lizard?
Yeah, that's funny.
And Godzilla comes out.
What if he says that's a lot of fish?
Yeah, what if Indy says that's a lot of fish? they're like, oh, we can't do that. The yard needs to do it. And they're like, oh man, good thing we didn't do that. We should save our energy for that crystal skull idea you had. See, I think we talked about the hopes for 5 here. We talked a little. I mean, we talked a little on the channel about what's going, how the shoots are going and things like that, and showed some of the footage, pictures.
Oh, did you know Harrison Ford got injured?
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I follow the channel. I know.
Okay.
I'm almost as good at Indiana Jones here now, simply
yeah.
from following your content. But do we have any updates on Harrison Ford yet, or is that still being hush hush right now?
Oh, shoot. No, like what they said was like they're gonna shoot scenes without Harrison Ford, and then they're gonna have a, just in case they told the crew, just be ready. We may have to have like a 5 week delay on production.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, at least it's not a delay because of like the set is going bad, or even something, like the shot's not coming through. It's something more related to a medical issue. It really hurts having Ford out.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yep.
But it sounds like everything released on production schedule so far.
Yeah. Hopefully it goes well. Best.
Jim asked, how long do you guys predict it will be before you get some actual indie news for Disney Plus, not involving Indie 5 or the new game? A new, young, indie revival, animated show, etc. Any announcement?
I wonder if we might not hear anything until after Indie 5, because people want to get all the attention on that.
I probably agree with you that, and I think the main thing with that would be not just the attention, but also so that Star Wars, they kind of felt like they had the cart before the horse, because we had the toys came out, we had all these different
all the Jar Jar figures.
Well, I mean, the toys came out, they had the promotions, like the Halloween costumes and everything came out, and then the film wasn't as well received, the merchandise didn't sell or anything like that. It kind of felt like almost like Star Wars exhaustion before the game come out. And people were leery to, after the first film with Captain Phasma, after the first film, we bought her merchandise and she gets eliminated.
Yeah.
But it's let's wait until the film comes out before we buy anything, and then even then. And so they had all this leftover merchandise and other things. And people had kind of a fatigue of Star Wars before even the final movie concluded. So I think with Indy 5, it's just waiting to see if we can if the fandom will return to a larger extent of people, the casual audience who hadn't seen a lot of, didn't like the Crystal Skull and just is not interested in the new movie. If they'll kind of come back, and from there, what from that point, that's when you start seeing more.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, hopefully we get some stuff. Get more There was a lot of great comic books and stuff in the 90s that they did, but stuff was gone long enough. So
I don't know if that was there was a kind of a real downturn in the comic book industry around the 90s and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now it's more people are more interested in visual content, paperback content, things like that. But
I feel like it's coming back a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's coming back, and we're having more of we're having more independent artists able to self-publish. So we're having a lot lot more interesting stories. I think the Indiana Jones comic, that was done by Dark Horse Comics?
In the 90s.
In the 90s. And they were the same ones who had like a really successful run with Spawn and like a couple.
They have Spawn? That was Images or something, right? I don't think that was Dark Horse. But they had a lot of licensed stuff. They had
Jim says we're having a little trouble hearing us from the video games now.
Oh, really?
From the OBS capture. So, I don't know if you can pause and turn down the audio just a little bit for it.
Hell yeah, let's do that.
So go to options,
Okay.
audio, and then just turn down the master a little bit. Yeah, it's set to the
like
highest. Turn down about 50% because.
Yeah, it's not too important.
Yeah, I mean.
Although.
Now you're gonna start pulling.
Although we do need to hear the monsters when it comes down to it.
Yeah. But I do remember all the comics they had for Dark
Well,
Horse.
they had Star Wars, Aliens, Terminator. Like they had a lot of awesome licensed stuff in the 90s.
I remember having a couple of the Aliens comics, and those were like those were really dark.
Oh,
and like they had Star Wars. You're right. And then they had they produced some, or they printed some of Frank Miller's work, like 300.
Oh yeah, 300.
Sin City. So yeah. But I won't say they had Indiana Jones. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they did. Dark Horse. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had quite a large group of comics going.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of one of the issues.
And now they don't have any of them.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But having all those comics, or having all those comic series running at the same time, it's already kind of pushing out a lot of the audience already, because you have so many great things going simultaneously.
You know what else they had was Charles Barkley versus Godzilla.
I don't believe that's a thing.
It's real. I'm serious. Well, what it was a Nike commercial, and then Dark Horse made a one-issue comic about it because I guess it was so popular.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's real.
I'm waiting for Alien versus Indiana Jones.
Oh, I mean they've done like Alien versus Batman and all that stuff back then.
Yeah, but
they could have
all
done
he has
Indiana Jones.
All he has is a revolver and whips.
Yeah.
I know he's a great archaeologist. Great adventure. Yeah, still, Dark Horse, if you want to publish that, just credit me.
That's right.
Oh, and license it too.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, don't lose our whip, we just got this one completed.
Well, it'll still be blessed when you get it back.
Oh, we just have to pay to get it back though.
Yeah.
Oh. That kind of stinks, but that's alright. We already got plenty of those green things. So what is the blue, red, and yellow ones? Because I've only ever seen the green.
So you have to get to the later levels to unlock those.
Okay.
So we've been in the first area the whole time that we've been playing.
Oh man.
I was trying to.
This is the easiest.
Yeah. I was trying to use this run to get to the.
Don't I guess.
I was trying to use this run to get to the second act, or the second thing, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
No. Try your best. Good.
Yeah.
Jim asks, have you guys watched the new 4K remasters? They are stunning.
So, I haven't, although I have seen, I've seen clips of the new version of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull just because I wanted to see the new color grading. I don't know if I mentioned that to you, Michael, because they took out all of that 1950s blown out color grading, and it looks so much better now. But other than that, I haven't seen it. Yeah, it doesn't fix the story, but it makes it a little more enjoyable.
Now here's the question: when are you planning to see the 4K remasters?
I guess once I have a 4K TV at my disposal, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a 4K monitor at all or anything like that, so
yeah.
the only way I'm watching the 4K is if I find generous friends.
Yeah. Andy Evans.
Andy Evans.
That's 4K, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm not sure if he has a 4K monitor or not, but yeah, he's a great friend.
Yeah. Right now we're like, yo.
Yeah.
No, he's.
Yeah, it's true. I gotta say all that stuff you said about him.
Yeah, we'll forget all that bad stuff.
Honestly, my.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, that was not fair.
There
were too many traps.
Well, I'd love to see I'd love to see the 4K footage. I think that'd be really great. Just for, I mean, if you marathon that, it's like experience.
But at the same time, like, even if I had a 4K TV right now, I might not buy it because the fifth movie is going to come out and then they're going to release a new box set of it. So it kind of seems a little redundant, like, because they've released these every time. If they had like some new like deleted scenes, that's what I really want. Is like deleted scenes from the past movies. They never released those. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think with with Justice League, the new Zack Snyder cut, I mean, it was 4 hours long, but it was a lot of the footage that they had, but they never was never released or cut from the final part. I think there's a major audience for a growing audience for extra footage, like B footage and stuff like that, just to expand on the movie or expand on the vision for it.
Yeah, I've thought that way ever since the Lord of the Rings extended cuts, because you watch the originals in the theater, and it's perfect, and then you want more, and then it makes you want to watch those extended ones. And I think that they should do more of those. Like there are opportunities to do longer cuts of the Star Wars movies. Like we've heard, I mean, this is an old rumor, but allegedly, when they were cutting Episode 1, they came up with a 4-hour cut of Episode 1 that was amazing, allegedly.
Oh.
So
I actually don't have that many bad memories from Episode 1. I think a lot of the hatred and stuff that came along with it was just a lot of dogpiling on certain aspects of the movie. Obviously, Jar Jar kind of rubbed people the wrong way. He had annoying voice, he had annoying presentation, stuff like that. But I didn't find him as annoying as I guess other people have, and I enjoyed the pod race. The pod race was amazing.
Yeah.
And it's down there.
Check it. Yeah. Always check.
Yeah. I enjoyed the pod race, and I enjoyed the combat, even if it was with down here. Snakes.
Yeah, it's
snakes.
No, there it is. It's in that.
Yeah. Oh, that guy got a part of it too.
Well, I don't think he steals it or anything.
But yeah, so having my point was about Episode 1. Anyway, Episode 1 I enjoyed. Enjoyed, and 4-hour footage. Yeah, that could be amazing, but it was pretty enjoyable.
All right, this is no.
Oh no. Okay, wait a minute.
This is tricky. Yeah, because it goes fast and you have to duck.
Okay. All right. I think I can get this. Maybe. All right. Here we go. No. Wait a minute. Wrong button. I pushed B for the slide, but oh.
Well, you have 4 more hearts. So
all right.
It's gonna be next to
you.
Thank
God for this whip.
There we go. And then you have to do it again, going back.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just the amount of people who enjoy the extra footage and all the extras that we missed, or maybe original stories that they decided to change. At the last minute, they're like, all right, well, we were gonna make this character. This character's just to reappear at this point, and you can have dramatic dialogue with that character. But now we're gonna change it to, now she's a love interest, something like that. Not his sister, but a love interest.
You know what I think would be an amazing fan edit? It would take a ton of work, and I don't know you would do it. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, nice, nice. Because like everyone was talking about, you know, a few years ago. This is a sort of joke, like Jar Jar, and not necessarily that, but like some of the pictures that they posted that he just looks like really scary and menacing. And if you just make Jar Jar like, you didn't see Psycho Goreman, did you?
No.
It's like it's this monster that he's like super. You have to jump and whip. Don't whip the wall. You have to whip the ground you're going to.
Alright.
Yeah, the whipping the wall doesn't help you. It's not like a Pathfinder.
Oh! Yeah. Goes my 2 extra hearts. Alright. So, yeah, so Psycho Goreman.
Yeah, like if they had that if they have Jar Jar, but he's like a like over the top like violent like character, I think that might make that movie a lot more interesting. Because like nobody, like I don't know, he wants to make like little kids laugh or whatever, but like nobody wants to see that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I wonder how much they did cut out of episode 1 and what they got rid of there.
Yeah.
It was. It's not even worth it. Not even gonna try to get that.
Okay.
I already missed one. I'm not gonna miss it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I watch episode 1 every once in a while for sure. It's fun.
Jim asks, not sure we'll get a box.
Oh, you gotta move.
Oh, come on. He says, not sure we'll ever get a box set with all 5, since the first 4 are Paramount and 5 is Disney. Again, Disney just needs to buy those rights outright.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
That is an interesting point.
Yeah. I wonder.
So if they have the rights to make a new Indiana Jones from Lucasfilm, does that include all the character rights, or do they have to license the characters if they use like Merrick, or if they were to use short run or what?
No, I have no idea.
That's just, I was wondering about that. If they have the
look at that big heel.
There you go, big heel. If they have the character that is Indiana Jones, do they have the whole universe, or do they have just his character and the rights to make movies based on his name?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, sounds like something you can expand upon further.
Well, they have Star Wars, and they did Luke and Han and Leia and killed all of them.
Who owned the rights to? I mean,
that was Fox, but they made Episode 7 in 2015 before they owned Fox. Look down. Never mind. There's right there.
Oh, okay.
I think. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I thought there was a treasure.
I got fooled again.
I fooled you.
Fooled again. So, yeah, I was just wondering about that, like licensing and stuff, what they can use of it, because oh, come on, get up, man. So, like Marvel could not use, because they sold the rights to Fox, they couldn't use like the Fantastic Four, like not even in like any capacity at all. And then they had like issues with licensing and using Spider-Man. Like they couldn't make a Spider-Man film, but they could make a film where Spider-Man appeared in it. That was.
I guess I feel like that's not the case here, because Paramount just has distribution for the films that they made, but just like Lucasfilm was sold to Disney, and that included all of the Star Wars characters who have shown up in a million Disney things since then, and in my mind it includes all of the Indiana Jones characters.
They just come from here? No,
I don't even know.
Nope, I did not. Well, let's see. I'm hoping to get... yeah, small chest.
Up, look up. Look there.
Oh, the ghost found it too.
Yeah.
These phantoms. Oh no. Oh. Well, that's okay. We'll just whip everywhere. I'm just not used to my not having my iron feet anymore.
Oh yeah.
Or I don't have to worry about falls. I can just drop down and be fine. Yeah, there's something to be said about having weird kind of like copyrights or weird kind of like having access to like the intellectual property but not the characters of a film. That I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm hoping that that's not an issue with the new films at all.
Yeah. I don't think it will be.
Well, let's see. You got. Get back in the temple. Find. All right. I haven't even run into the Phantasm yet. I'm already down.
Oh, are we calling it the Phantasm now?
Well,
That sounds good. The Guardian.
The Guardian.
The Phantoms are the people, other people.
Oh, I thought it said something like the Phantom got you or something like that.
No, Phantom captured means your Phantom has been captured.
Oh,
like your ghost. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I thought that was the Guardian, like the Phantom.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where am I going then? I guess here.
Yeah.
Remember, you can fall from any height as long as you roll when you land.
That's right.
Like an elevator. If you don't want to die in an elevator,
You jump.
you jump. I'll say this.
So you could whip over it. Oh,
Nope.
okay.
I go over.
You're brave.
When you go through. Alright, so use the shrine. Which weapon can I get? Heal one? Yeah, we're gonna heal one heart. Not care about the double jump. Not since learned the cool way of landing on things.
Yeah. Although I like the double jump.
Here comes the So
He didn't show up in the last.
I died before then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, look, here's the ghost. We got two of them.
No.
We got Arc Rise and Drunt.
Drunt is close to death.
Oh, poor Drunt. Well, at least he's opening things for me, I guess. He's such a brave. I don't know. Such a brave explorer.
Yeah.
Going in with one heart. You missed. How did you miss one? Or he didn't care. I'm not sure.
I bet Drunt died.
Yeah, I think he did. So all I got is Arc Rise here. He's last of a kind.
Yep. Oh,
Whoa, was he alive?
what?
Oh,
What's he doing?
he's
Look
alive.
at him.
You can do it, Drunt.
He has more health now? Oh, maybe he has like a blessing that let him get health.
I know. I say that he can do it, knowing full well he won't.
You could do it. Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. We know that he died. So.
Or Drunt. Yeah,
Or
everyone, all the ghosts you see have all failed. They tried. They died. But that won't happen to the Indiana Jones nerd.
That's right. Fleeting temples left and right.
Oh, is that working?
Well, if you want to go up behind you, you can get a treasure at the top of that staircase.
No. Nice.
Yeah.
Go get it. Do it. Go see what Drunt missed. And Arc Rise.
Yeah.
We need more blessings. Oh, they found it.
Yeah.
And then they jumped right there. Oh, that was a pretty long jump.
Yeah.
I wonder, playing this game and seeing like the physics and motion and stuff like that, I wonder if this game will be speedrun at some point in the future.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then from there, what kind of physics and use will they have? Each one is procedurally generated, so you know what, like each speedrun would be unique if they were to have a speedrun.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Go on, get it.
Careful of
Oh, wait! No, come on.
Does that work?
Run!
Wow. Just saying.
Man,
most of the time people do this room, they just jump towards the center and they whip and they skip that whole part.
Oh, you didn't tell me it was
Yeah.
a skip.
Well, I did this room once.
You said it was procedurally generated.
Well, yeah, but the rooms are all like more or less made, but just little aspects are changed. Okay, what are we doing? Are you going for a 10?
Alright, we have to at least get one more. That'll be our last one we get. So,
okay.
Come on.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yes,
Okay.
I have acne. You got this.
Alright.
This is yours, Indiana Jones nerd.
Alright, I got it. What's the... What whip are we using?
The long whip. Oh, this is the one that gets 2 extra heart containers.
It's already blessed.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? Why did we come here?
Get another relic.
Well, it's not gonna... It's just gonna give you a relic. It's not gonna...
I thought that was the point of the game.
Well, yeah, but you could have gone to the next, like, temple instead. Like the level 2 temple.
See, I didn't know that.
That's what that was. When you get to that section there, you can either go down, which would take you here, or you can go up, which will take you to the harder temple.
Okay. See, I didn't know that mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, always want to go up.
Yeah, unless if you want to get the temple from this, get the relic from this particular temple in order to bless your whip, but this whip is already blessed.
Okay. See, I thought that going down would meant that you want to continue the temple, and going up was like get the heck out.
Oh,
That's
right.
what I was mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just get the relic, because it adds to the collection, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you getting to a point that you need to go to bed or something?
Oh no, I mean I was at the point where at the point where it's kind of like winding down the end of this, and that's what you know, it definitely is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun game. If I was to review it, I'd say it's definitely got that indie feel. It does feel like you're exploring. I kind of wish there were more mechanics involved with it.
Right.
Like more, more traps, more like monsters, or even things like like more temple guardians, or people that are trying to stop you, or more that kind of chase sequence like from Raiders. I think that would be something cool like that, where you're trying to escape from a group of vision of people that are trying to kill you in your sacred temple. That would be really cool, but I mean, I think that's something that can be improved upon in the future, and obviously this game, just released, so this is still, a work in progress.
Yeah.
But that's just my take on it. I
agree with you.
And I'm really excited for the new movie. I'm really waiting to see what kind of videos you come up with in the future too. So I'm a real big fan of watching your channel.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Yep, it's been a lot of fun. I love making those videos.
So your edits are really good too. Like you, I know that the Young Indie TikTok episode too. That one was really enjoyable. I want to see the Blues episode that you released.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I love making those.
Yeah, and oh gosh, the laser's trained right on you again.
One thing I found which is kind of lame, like, if you fall from a tall height onto one of these guys, the air thing, you take damage, like fall damage.
Oh really?
Wouldn't you expect that it bounces you up?
Yeah.
Before taking fall damage?
I think it's more of like a Sonic the Hedgehog thing.
Yeah, I think about like Sonic. Yeah, exactly.
Because I can understand, we're trying to add more realism, but I'm also watching the whip go down, like 50 feet, and
just like whip a random spot in the wall, and somehow it has the strength to like pull you up.
Yeah, so it's kind of like have a consistency if you're gonna do it. Yeah. Or like whipping the ground. Not
Yeah,
take
like-
fall damage.
Like, falling over like a powerful burst of wind gives you fall damage, but whipping the ground protects you from fall damage.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
gonna
which
be.
way what came from now.
I don't know. That's a good question. This one's a little bit tricky here.
Yeah, I got turned around. Okay.
Yeah, you haven't come this way because you haven't got the chest yet. Yeah, I mean, if they add in more like traps, a little bit more like add more to level design, and just what you're chasing and stuff like that, because it feels the way I feel about it, it's kind of like a once you've done the room a couple times, like you know how to do that room at that point, and while the room order might change. If you know how to do the room, then that's just something that you're going to have muscle memory to be able to get through each time.
Right.
Whereas if the room changes with like traps, it adds new traps to it. You have more incentive to go get not just blessings, but other treasures you can retrieve, and add in certain enemies that can appear in different areas. More enemies, more monsters. More things that pursue you. I think this one would benefit really from a mummy type character that pursues you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like it's like, oh well, how is the mummy gonna get over? How's the mummy gonna get over? Like hits like you do. But then you think about like the supernatural power, the ability to use bandages to kind of extend like a whip.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like carry the mummy up, or even have like little passages that the mummy can go through that can go back to your area. That'd be just a few ideas.
Like alien isolation.
Yeah, because the alien can use the vents. Can use certain vents that you can't.
Yeah.
And that's how it travels through levels.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
But I mean, I'm glad you recommended this game because it seems like a lot of fun and it plays really. It plays really fluid. I'm not feeling any like hold up with the play style. I don't feel like most. Granted, I died a lot, but I think most of the deaths were at least somewhat justified because my reaction time wasn't the best, or I had made a mistake on which what action to take, like trying to use a whip instead of ducking underneath it.
Yeah.
Though I will say. Dying because you ran into a stopped blade, and not even not running into it per se, but actually just nudging it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a little nonsense. Because I can get flat on that blade. That I can climb over. and eyeball chasing you around.
Yeah. Oh. Ow.
There's being a few more puzzle elements really put a really good too.
Yeah.
Like you had the staff that they had to show in certain spots. So the light would go through, and that was one way to reveal the arc.
The level of the soul.
Yeah, the level of soul. That was kind of a unique thing, and having indie solve puzzles, like Last Crusade, where he had to figure out Jehovah, following his father's journal. That was, those kind of puzzle elements are really, I wouldn't say really present here, but it takes a lot of time to improve it. Not worried about it.
Yeah, I hope they make some good additions to the game.
Best way to help them keep making games, supporting their content, talking about Phantom Abyss, and reaching out to developers. We're not affiliated or sponsored by Phantom Abyss. This is a project for the indie nerd. Right. Boom! I got the relic.
We got it!
Yeah.
So, you want to wind down the cast here?
Yeah, I think we're at a good
stopping point. Yeah. Thanks for all of you who joined us. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Jim. You were there for much of our chat. We had like 7 people on there at one point. A few people came and went.
Yeah.
That was pretty good for a first live stream that we ever did on this channel. It was fun.
And using YouTube platform is not as supportive, I guess, or not as conductive for doing live streaming for like new games and stuff yet. But it's still it's a very nice setup. It's pretty easy to go through for streaming. So maybe in the future it's gonna really catch on, really work out. But I had a lot of fun. I think I really enjoyed this game. I can't wait to see how it's going to. Can't wait to see how it's going to just evolve over time.
Yeah.
And see, like even here, there's a developer update. I mean, they didn't spell connection right, but it's but at least they're.
Maybe that's the Australian spelling.
Oh yeah. Well, if this was Australian, this also should be upside down.
Yeah.
So they can actually read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I hope these developers just keep at it, keep working at it, and keep adding more content. I'll be excited to see what happens. So.
Thank you all so much for joining us on the stream. I guess I'm gonna log us off now, so you guys have a good one, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna keep you informed of all the Indiana Jones news to come as we set our sights on Indy 5. Thank you so much as always, and I wish you all fortune and glory. Bye-bye now. Nice.